All right, 1 second. Updating the title here. Okay. Good afternoon. All right, Nyan is now the co-host. Got people coming in, so what's going on, everybody? Getting all my microphones set up properly. There we go. All right, stream is going. Nyan is co-host. And so, guys, today it's the advanced AI integration group call. And after, we're going to have a live Q&A for new people as well. So I've decided to do the masterclass, run it pre-recorded every day at 2 and 8, except for Tuesdays and Thursdays where I'll do a live one again. So we're going to do that today at 2. And so we'll have this group call until 1. So I think the best format for me to make sure everybody gets taken care of, I realized this in the last call, is for me to really just take everybody one-on-one in order and then make sure they have everything that they need and know what their next steps are. If you're a done with you client, you'll go first and we'll give you any updates if we have any, or we'll at least get them ordered from the team to send you an update and then help make the plan for the next week. So we'll let the done with you clients go first. And I see a few new people in here too, like Sherry and Jonas. I recognize both of your names, but I see Patrick. How are you doing, man? Patrick and Jeffrey Patrick's a done with you, and Jeffrey's already a current affiliate. But Patrick, let me know how everything's going for you.
It's pretty good. I mean, really been working with the IT team, getting
Hmm.
everything set up, from the just bot responding, getting it
Hmm.
situated. I really haven't gotten into the actual CRM at all or used it
Okay.
in any way, shape, or form. So just really been working on teaching the bot things and working with the IT team, working on porting in a couple of phone numbers just to make sure that that goes smoothly. Once I got those numbers ported in, which one is getting ported in today, I think, and then I've hopefully get the other one ported in the next few days. Then I
Okay.
can start to basically learn by using it because I haven't
Right.
really used it at all.
Well, being able to skip the setup's a huge time saver. So I'm glad that they're getting that done for you, and I hope that those portings don't take too long. Um, I would definitely, one thing that came to mind since we last spoke is if they're messaging in, yeah, you want to connect all the lines you're porting. But if we're going to be doing reactivations, you probably want to use new numbers for that. So we don't burn any of your ones that people are texting in on. You don't want to get flagged as spam or get too many stops on those. So would that cause any problems if we use a different number for outbound for your old list?
So I guess walk me through that again. So if I use the phone number that I'm porting in to text out on, what's the
So
harm in
I
doing
would
that?
if it's a really old list and people start saying stop too much, it can get flagged as spam, which could stop messages from delivering. And so in general, if you have a reactivation running for a long time, it's like every now and then you'll swap the number out. And that can help with reducing or increasing deliverability. So I would recommend you protecting all the ones that are inbound that are known for the business that people use and only like have a respond to people on them when they message you. But for the outbound campaign, especially to older leads, I would use a different number, just as additional precaution.
Yeah, it's good suggestion. Do you have an idea of how many stop responses can force that issue?
It has to be a lot. And I know it's supposed to be tied to the business registration, not individual numbers, but I'm pretty sure in practice we've seen that that it can impact individual numbers. And so you're not going to have any shutdowns unless you get more than 1% opt out in a day. Um, but if you're going to be just, regularly dripping to your old list, which I would recommend, you should drip to them until all of them say stop, honestly, or until all of them say they're not interested. We want to use a different number for that. So it's not like there's a threshold. I would just say keep your primary business numbers for warm traffic, new leads, and then use something else for really old leads.
Okay.
Um, and that should keep you protected.
And then
You may
at
not
some
run into an
point,
issue at all. I don't want you to have any lost any important numbers.
yeah, no, that's a good point. And then I guess just setting up the drip campaign and just the campaigns in general, would I set that up through the IT team, or is that something I'll work with you directly on?
They'll send you copy that you can review. And so the copy is basically my template plus your business details, AI making a new one. And then you'll read through that. You can actually, edit it with speed if you use AI and drop it into a chat and say, hey, I want to change the time of all of these, or hey, I want to say this one line differently, or I want to take this approach in all the messages. It can help you rewrite it more quickly. And so I would recommend doing that. And then if you want my advice, or the team will let you know if you're going against any of my best practices and the changes you make. Um, and if you wanted, you could bring that copy to this group call and I can lay eyes on it after you've made a tweak. That would probably be the most efficient way.
Okay.
That would
So I
probably be
would
best.
ask them. So I would just message in uh why am I drawing a blank right now? In Discord.
Discord.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Discord to them and ask them to give me the template uh for a drip
They'll give it to
campaign.
you anyway. They send it out before we go live with the first campaign every time. So I'm assuming we're just waiting for the number porting. But
Hmm.
what I'm saying is we should go ahead and hit the ground running and start just sending some emails and some text with different numbers as soon as we get A2P approved. And
Yep.
we
A2,
can
yeah,
start.
it is approved. I don't have the number forwarding to me yet. So the calls coming in, like messages going in, messages going out is working. I can call
Mhm.
out using you go high level. I've done that. But if I call the number, it doesn't currently forward to my cell phone yet. So I'm assuming I need to just do something inside of go high level to get it to forward to my actual cell phone.
Um, yeah, you need to you say the messages aren't they're showing up in high level, but not in in your app.
They are showing, no, messages are going in and out fine. I can call out from the app just fine. But if I call back
Oh,
to the number that's on the account, it doesn't ring through to my cell phone.
okay. So yeah, number forwarding needs to be set up, and the team can
Okay,
definitely make a note of that.
sure.
Good call. You definitely want to make sure all
Yeah,
that's running smooth.
I haven't really messed with it too much, and I wasn't too worried about it because I haven't been using it at all. So that's that. I'll message them on Discord.
I'm working on a custom email generator too that'll generate daily emails. I have it for my business and I did it for a solar client last week too. And this one just like makes sure that the email is different every time and it's totally written by AI. So it's better than my standard nurture, which is like what you guys have now is a GPT that you can just say, here's my business, here's the offer, we want to reactivate, and it'll write it out for, however long you want. Um, but the new one, it's like, pulling information off the internet and creating engaging emails every single day. And so I'll have a new training on that. And then anyone who wants me to do a done for you, like custom writing of one of these, I can do it. I'll provide everybody the template so they can look at it. But it's the kind of thing that gets this is one of those things that's in depth enough where you guys might want me to use my time and use the hours for me to do this part. And that's what the other clients did. So I'll show you guys all that soon and we can upgrade it. But what I'm saying, Patrick, is I think in the meantime, we should have them generate an email campaign to run and a text because it sounds like you're good to go. And so they'll get that and that copy over to you so we can get something going with A2P that we have now.
And then before I do that, obviously get the call forwarding set up
Yeah.
so that yep, okay.
Yeah. Callbacks need to route all to you unless you want them routed somewhere else.
In the while I'm learning the system, I would say probably to me, and then
Okay.
eventually add more team members to it.
All right. We can add like a whisper step that'll tell you who's calling before, and you can press one to accept it. And then the other option is you can do in-app notifications where you get a Go High Level app notification. And I kind of like that because it can take you more quickly to the contact so you can see their other information.
Yep.
Um, so you can choose, but it's just super important that if you're noticing like you're getting too many notifications of one type, report that to the team. You need to like be conscious of which things you want to be notified and which ones you don't. And everybody kind of has different preferences. So I would recommend in-app calls as long as you test it out and it's something you'll answer.
Yep.
All right. So that sounds good. Nyan, do we know like 9AI? I think I was just sending you a text. Are you a current client or are you this first time speaking to us? I think I just texted you. Audio Audio Whenever it pops back on, man, whenever you get it figured out, just let me know. Um, Nyan, I know we've got Contreras. Well, Contreras, you ought to go ahead because you're done for you client. I know that. And then whenever he gets his audio up, we can check in.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so right now we're just waiting on getting so we had the call on Friday and they
Mm-hmm.
said either yesterday or hopefully today we get to survey the emails like that, the auto
Mm-hmm.
reply emails that
The
you were speaking
copy.
about. Yeah, the copy.
Yeah.
Um,
They told me this morning that you were going to be good to go today. So
okay,
we should be on track for that.
that's good.
I'm trying to keep a tight eye because we're switching all to native AI installs, but it should be all native Go High Level. It should be much faster, but it is a new process, and so I'm
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
want to make sure nothing ever gets lost in this pipeline because it's like we should be able to knock these out. It's just the data collection. The actual work of this is like 2 hours max, 2, 3 hours, depending on if we're doing anything extra. But
The
I'm
tighter
glad it
knit it
sounds,
could be, even better, man. Because
yeah,
I would love to just have everything here. Like everything is just
right.
GHL. There's no connecting
That's
tech,
how it should be. We have our native AI going live in my system for the first time, instead of Zappy Chat for the webinar. And tonight I'm gonna test suggested replies instead of just I'm not gonna let it go because if you're on the webinar, I'm gonna make sure I hand send these, but I'm gonna see the suggestions so I can start to see how close we're getting. Um, I don't know who all was on there on Thursday when I tried to do that for the first time, and we tried again. I think that night, but we did the first smooth run was last night. We had like I think we sent a text a little late for the morning, so we only had two bookings, but one showed and signed up, and then we had like 10 for the later one, and at least six showed up, so that was good. Um, and it's funny, like I'm finding like ways to get them to respond. Like I had a guy that messaged on live chat and it didn't associate his number because he never put in, you have to enter your information for it to figure out which contact you are. And so I was like, I have an idea to get everybody to respond. I sent everybody an email that was like Craigslist misconnection, web chat edition. And I was like, somebody was asking about AI employee. Was that you? Didn't connect the phone number and like everybody replied to that message. And so now that's
Look,
going to be
I just
saved in.
replied to you right now. I thought you were talking to me.
No, I
Like,
was
no,
just
it's
saying
not me.
like I figured out that that worked and now
Yes.
I'm going to put it into the automation. So I'm gonna run these twice a week because I can't stand not to be able to close a group and collect cash every day. So I'm gonna need to do that at least twice a week. And then I'll continue to work on the pre-recorded version with AI until I get that thing working, and then it'll be much more scalable.
We're looking to
So
kind of just really copy you, like in terms of
yeah,
that sense. Obviously, it's in the hard money world, but still copy that
it's the
format in
same.
terms
We've got
of
guys doing it in
yeah.
solar. We've got a couple guys in funding doing it. The webinar way is definitely the way, and I already had a lot of success doing the live ones. I know, and the masterclass went great with YouTube. So I know I'm a step away from fully automating it, and you guys will be getting everything that I develop right behind me. But even before, I closed 80 deals last month without doing any of that, and so you guys already have that stuff, and that snapshot is going to be dropped like a full version of exactly what we had up until I started trying to automate the webinars, and that'll drop later. That'll come this week. I'm waiting on them to finish the snapshot before I make the tutorials. So like for anybody who's doing email now, like I have all of the assets posted just in the discussion page. And I don't want to like make the video on that because I know I'm about to have a much better version once I have the full snapshot together. So
That's kind of my
with the
question. Like, is
upgrade.
there a video? That's really what I wanted to ask. Where
Yeah.
so I want to emulate. Remember when you said pretty much you do the selling? Like we just
Mhm.
send the same emails, you and everything. Is that what you're talking about? You're gonna make a video for
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Yep. Because I want to have the AI email copywriter in there since that's what I'm using. And then I'll still have you guys send it to my webinar, but trust me, like writing these emails every day, even you guys having to go and copy it from the one I send and resend it, like we ought to just give it a few more days until I can give you the full AI copywriter. And they are still implementing my first version. And I'll show you guys real quick so you can take a look at what it looks like. But it's pretty crazy. So here's the solar one I made, and I made it from mine. The first one I made, it took me like I was using GPT Pro, the $200 one that's genius mode, and it still took me 12 hours to make it with that. So I was just like revising for 12 hours, and then it took me 4 hours to make a solar version. And so, but it's like the value of it is incredible. So it's worth it. Now, let me just find it without knocking over this thing. This is up here because this is getting live streamed on 4 platforms. So I want people to be able to get community access. So if you're watching somewhere else, that's how you do it. I have the ability to see the chats and all the other platforms, but I don't yet have the multitasking. Like I don't know how to do it and still talk to you guys properly. So I'm just in the Zoom chat, and you guys should be able to join the community and get into the Zoom chat through that link. So I'm looking for the copywriter.
So just because I don't know if I'm still muted.
Go
Am I
ahead.
still
Yeah, I
muted?
can hear
Okay,
you.
cool. So just to make sure I have context around what we're doing here, because this is all so very new to me.
Yeah.
Are we talking? This is all different emails that you are sending out as a drip. Is that what we're talking
Yeah.
about here?
So basically, I want to promote my masterclass in my live sessions every single day. But I can do that through email without ticking people off. I can't send a text every single day to everyone. So where I'm at with it is when someone first comes into my funnel, I run the masterclass pre-recorded at 7 days of the week. So it's to just hit them on like different times to see which one works for them over the period of the first 2 weeks. And I would do this for any offer where you're trying to do a webinar thing. And then manually, I'm still sending a Tuesday and a Thursday because then I'm doing this whole thing with it live. And you guys can actually watch me run the masterclass next if you want to stay. Today, I'm going to do in person, and I'm going to try to do a group close for not just the affiliates, but also for high ticket. And I think it was slimmer for this afternoon's booking, but tonight we have 8. But I'm still just going to run the pre-recording at 8. If I find that giving the 8 option ends up killing my show rate at 2, then I'll probably just close the 8 on the days where I'm doing the live. So that may be one tweak I make after seeing what happened today, where it's mostly 8 that people booked. Nyan, make sure you're checking the waiting room. We have 3 people in there. There we go. I got it.
Okay. I think you need to
Um,
make me co-host again.
oh, okay. There we go. You're right. So this is the AI email copywriter, and this one, like, it's designed around Instantly's. Instantly is like an AI email writing and domain warming service. And so Go High Level can now replace Instantly. You can warm your domains, and you can write your customized emails better than Instantly can without it. And so Instantly is like $400 a month before email cost and stuff like that for usage. So what this does is this is for seamless AI. So you have to customize it to the person's data source. So if I was doing this for you, the first thing I look at is the headers on the CSV of the data you give me. And if we have their address, then I'm going to tell AI in one part of the prompt to go and find landmarks in their city, right? So for a solar guy, you could say, hey, I was going by the whatever, some name of a landmark that everybody knows in that city is. last year knocking doors, and I think I got your information. Right? And so you can get hyper personal that way. If you ask about Charlotte, like AI knows about Uptown and knows about lots of things in Charlotte that everybody knows about without even having internet access. So you're able to do that inside workflow. It also looks at their seniority, and so this would be you. I hope you guys can just see how this can be transformed for any niche. But for me, it's looking at, is this person a C-level executive or are they entry level? Or are they mid-level? Mid-level, it's gonna say, hey, let's help you boost the efficiency of your team. Entry level, it's gonna say you better quit and start your own agency before they replace you, because it only takes 15 minutes to do the work your agency is doing for you, or your boss is doing for you, and because they're not gonna let you out of your non-compete until they replace you. And so, like, I'm telling it the angle for each of the different seniority levels, and then it's having a prompt that's going to guess the software Go High Level has that they would be using in their day-to-day job, and be like, I bet you're paying this for that, and have a secretary that's 45K. Go High Level could save you this much a year. And it also saves the approach it uses every time and never repeats the same one. So it makes a new guess for every email. Now we need to test it out, and so it should be live like today to run through a final test. But if it didn't work, I could just take it back and make it a little more simple. But I think it should. You just have to break down each one of these things into a separate prompt. And that's how it works. So that should give you, like, they're designed on a pointing system that instantly has this designed to get 5 to 20% or like 25% reply rates is what they say. And this is the way this is set up. It does make them score a 9+ out of 10 on their scoring system. So,
So a customer gets this custom email, they respond. Does the bot then communicate back and forth via email with them, or does it hand it off to you?
It would, but the faster way to get more bookings is to send a calendar link in the email. And so we have two systems. Like, if you're doing one-on-one meetings, like if, let's say, you're not comfortable doing webinars, although I think I can help anybody in any industry do that, even if you just do your discovery in a group setting. If you want to do one-on-one, it'll offer the next 2 available time slots or 3 available time slots in the initial message. So it'll have your email, and then it'll say, we're free at X, Y, or Z. Does any of those work? And then it'll have a booking link. So they can either reply with just one number, or they can click the link. And then once the calendar is full for the day, it stops sending emails, and you can put it on a drip.
So
And
that would
so,
work, yeah, with my industry being a little bit different than like solar or debt consolidation. We're selling, internet service across multiple markets. It's a little bit of a different transaction. There isn't really a
yeah,
presentation as much as it is a price point. So, ideally, I could see the AI, because it is such a simple product. We're not financing, we're not doing anything.
the
I
AI
could
could find the right offer for them based on the sheet, right?
and could honestly could probably close the deal because we're not
Well,
gathering any.
this is like a rough model of how you could build an email closer then, and it would just take refinement. Again, guys, like, these projects, this is like one of the most probably difficult things to execute here that I do. But it can all be done natively and Go High Level. And once we've done this for a while, these templates will work smoothly. And so I think that y'all all have access to my template here, and you can play with it. We're also going to continue improving it, and the formal YouTube training on how you would implement and customize this will be out in the next week. And then from there, it'll be possible for you guys to customize it yourself. You can come for advice in these meetings, and we can push forward all those things. And for you, Patrick, for me to continue working on that, you can either you could look at my template and say, okay, I understand how this works, and throw things back and forth with the team. The team can suggest things to you. Or you can have me come on meetings or come on these group calls to help continue to work on your pitch, because this is going to be requiring your expertise, of course, to understand how to sell this through email.
Right.
We can make it happen. So I want to talk to Sherry and 9AI real quick, and then we have a bunch of others that have joined. I'm aware we've had a lot of people sign up recently, but I'm also wondering if some of these guys got the link early for the one that was supposed to be at 2 p.m. 9AI, tell me about your situation, man.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I got lost in a lot of the information, man. Like my mind just started going and I got lost in all of it. I ain't gonna sit here and lie.
You're good. This is the advanced one. This is
I'm
the
trying
advanced
to
meeting. Yeah.
I'm just trying
Uh,
to be an
let's
affiliate running
yeah.
some of this stuff. That's what I'm looking
Yeah.
for.
Do you see me on the master class yet, or is this your first time?
Man, that masterclass that's what I'm talking about. Like I couldn't believe the shit. Like
Yeah.
blew my
It's
mind.
awesome.
And
So the
I'm
cool
just
thing about
having
affiliates is you guys can just straight up copy this and use it,
but that's the
right?
point. I don't know how to set it up.
Right. So the setup guide, that's what's going to be dropping this week, and it's going to be made for anybody to be able to do it. Basically, you'll just click one link and this will all install in your system. You won't have to do anything as an
That's
affiliate
what yes,
because
because I
you're selling my offer, pushing them to my masterclass. That's why I'm like, this is the first one I have to make because this is the sauce for all the affiliates to just jump in and start getting high level commission.
I
Um,
also I'm in position where I got a solar company that I'm trying to
mm-hmm,
onboard right now.
mm-hmm,
Literally a solar company. I got the
mm-hmm.
email, I got the name of the guy and everything, and this is what I need to do to get. This is why I'm
He's gonna
here.
love this, bro. Imagine it if you start emailing custom emails like that to every person they ever talk to, they're gonna pop out some sales. And you want to text too, but the email is something where you can do it every day. And then, I still may create, hmm, I can't decide on if I would want the AI guessing what they would want to replace to get them to jump on the meeting and sending a text, or if I'd rather it be me like on Tuesday and Thursday texting about whatever new I'm working on at the time, because that may be more catching to people. So I still need to decide that, and I probably just kind of lost you all as I was trying to think through my own thoughts
Yeah,
right there.
because I thought it was
Uh,
me. I was like, wow, things are moving real fast, and I'm still because I got a great area.
yeah,
Syracuse just got a budget for this AI stuff, and
okay,
I meet you, and it's like, but I'm not set up for it at all.
yeah. So for a new, so you started a trial on the YouTube already or no?
I started something with you
Okay, cool.
after Sunday. I don't even know what it is. Like, I don't know if
When
it's
did you do it?
$97 a month.
Was it
I don't know.
like, was it December 20th?
It was it was like the that special where it gave me
Okay.
3 months, for free or whatever the case is.
Oh, okay. When did you do it?
I mean, it's been done.
Was
I
it a couple
just
weeks or yesterday?
a couple weeks.
Okay. Probably the main YouTube event, and they did not give me the list. I don't even know the total number that signed up, and I don't have their emails. So I'm glad you came. That's why I'm making sure I'm available. And the starting point for you, I would say for starting, it sounds like you're starting an agency and you got a solar client. First thing, my team is gonna drop like we need to get this in the channel today, Nyan. Um, we're creating a separate affiliate private channel inside the Discord, and we've got your name now. I saw you texting too, so we'll make sure you're added in there.
Okay.
And then I've got all these resources like this one in the chat where everybody can see it, but I'm gonna move it into the private channel for people that
Yeah,
started.
because this it feels like I'm stopping you from where you're at now. That's why it's hard for me to say something
No,
because
no, you're
I'm
good.
like I'm trying to
You're good.
learn, but
Yeah. So
yeah, so that
the better beginner class is going to be the one on Wednesday and
okay.
then and Thursday.
All right.
Um, those are the ones to get you oriented. This one's really for setting up technical stuff like this. And the first thing you want to do is get up a website template, and we'll give you our SaaS template. You can modify ours if you want. We have a few different versions we should drop in that private channel for affiliates, Nyan, but they need a website, and then they need in the snapshot that we're gonna send you, you already have the setup for a basic nurture, which is like texting and emailing clients. You have a GPT that can generate all the copy. And then we'll put the YouTube video links in there that cover how to set up the AI web chat, the inbound voice, and then do a reactivation, which is the main thing that you want to do for a new client. So for a new client, it's website, inbound voice, reactivation, and then a flow for their new leads.
Yeah, because I got everything set up as much as I could on what is this? The high level account.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
ATP applied for and everything.
yeah, and I took the snapshot from your webinar and put it in there. But then it's
Cool.
just like I start hearing more shit. I'm like, what to do here?
Yeah, well, we don't want to overwhelm you, but a lot of guys already have the basics done, and this is right where they want to be, and you will eventually. Of course, I'm sure you were interested in what we're talking about here, but
Mhm.
you need to start at the basics, and so we're going to make sure that you have the steps to do that. If you don't already have access, the starter plan AI course we have, you should have access to it, or they'll add that today now that we got your right email.
All right.
And that's got some modules just on setting up the basics like A2P, you know, getting your domain synced. The only issue with the courses that are like, you know, here's how you cover the basics is HighLevel changes the UI. They upgrade the interface all the time. And so likely there's some differences. So what I'll do in those videos I'm going to make a new course video that kind of orients you guys to what the different courses we have are. And I'll also put links to like HighLevel's guides, which update every time they make a change.
All right, I'll wait
So
for the
Rob,
link. I'll wait for the link for tomorrow or whatever, and let you get on what you're doing now, man.
Yeah.
All right.
question for my just understanding the purpose of the calls, because for me, the main thing is going to be just learning how to use Go High Level for my specific business. It sounds like you've got with Go High Level, some of the people on this call today are essentially building out and helping other clients set up accounts within Go High Level as well. Is I
Yeah.
guess what I'm understanding. So it's almost like you've got people on the call that are in a position like you helping other businesses get set up within Go High Level, and somehow there's a commission earned from Go High Level or whatever is what
Yeah.
I'm picking up. Is that kind of accurate?
We'll be helping people set up all types of things. So even for someone that's setting up other clients, they are still setting up businesses and Go High Level. So the conversations will all be about setting up a business and Go High Level. And you know, whether the product is solar or whether the product is the services we offer, the implementation steps are the same. You know, it's like getting your data, building a nurture, deciding how you're going to reach out. And so we break it up more into categories of levels of advanced, how advanced we're going, and then what stage you're at in that process. So we have a sales and marketing one where it could be for you as a small business owner, nailing down your offer for your product, which is still going to be different probably from even to a degree from other people in your same industry. Because one guy in your industry might be running webinars where one guy might be doing one-on-one, for instance. So we've got to be pretty flexible in the format. And at the end of the day, the way we bucket it out is advanced AI integration. So that's like if you're using systems that are third party. So like outbound voice, if you're using Zappy Chat or our version of Zappy Chat for texting. And then we have a native high level integration, which is for people that are doing things all inside Go High Level. And then we have the sales and marketing class, which is where you come to nail down your offer. I think that's the best way to do it. And if you guys have some feedback, I've gotten the feedback that it can be confusing having those two together. I've tried to separate them, and people still end up coming regardless to both of them. So I feel like bucketing it out in terms of like advanced, levels of advanced, or what's the term? How advanced what we're talking about is, that might be the better way to do it.
Okay.
So we'll jump through to some others. For Joel, I was just talking about how like the website is one of the main things we should have you guys working on first. I don't know if you heard me say we're going to drop that in we're going to add everybody to the private affiliate channel in AI Initiates and then put all those assets in there for you guys. So you can get a website template going. You might be muted, Joel. Do you hear me?
Yeah, brother, thanks. All right. So, as I was talking to the guys, it's like some of us, are in solar or whatever the case may be. Like my target niche is pretty much, the timeshare vacation industry. And like I wanted to focus on building that out before I start promoting, you know what I mean? Like let's say, for instance, the Go High Level stuff. Eventually,
Right.
I'm going to get into that and stuff like that. But because I have, let's say, for instance, about 80,000 clients that I want to read.
That's the one you should go for. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just, yes, I can push the Go High Level stuff to them, but like my business is really mainly focused on vacation and so
Right.
forth. Does that make sense? So it's just,
Right. So you'd want
it's
to,
getting
you could
that
take,
connected.
you could take my website template and then just, you would need to customize it for your specific niche you're targeting if you want to do that exclusively. Or you could take my website template and keep it general. And then you'd want to use my GPT that we give you guys for making copy and just write email and text sequences that are targeted just specifically to your niche. So for now, like the GPT that just generates email and text nurtures, that's really all you need. And then as we once I have this running smoothly for affiliates, I'll have a cleaner process for making an email. Obviously, you guys could take this and run with it and make this, and adjust this for your niche now, or you can just wait a little bit behind me and I'll have a more smooth, streamlined process for an AI copywriter for you guys. I think and then I'll continue to keep dropping updates to everything, but the standard GPT we have for making nurtures is exactly what you need. And then you just need a basic, I'd keep it general on your website so you don't have to change it over and over.
No, absolutely. And at the same time, is understanding how is everything working on the back end side, right? Because I have the website, I have everything, but then it's like, how do I connect the AI employee and the phone calls and doing that automated as well? Like I wanted to make sure that all of that on the back
Right.
end.
You should set up your system first. So there's 3 YouTube videos that cover setting up inbound voice and then AI web chat that'll allow you to test your AI functionality even before you have A2P. And then, so set up voice, inbound, set up the AI chatbot, set up your nurtures. And then it'll all be connected to the website. If it's not, then troubleshoot there before you take on clients. But set up your system first is the direction you need to take. And then you should have everything you need, but we're going to make it much more clean because right now it's lost. It's in a discussion post. And I'm going to take this and pin it to the top of one that's made just for affiliates. The triggers don't fire properly from HighLevel, or it's so many different types of webhooks. It's not been consistent, and they didn't give us the ones from the YouTube. So it's now I just have somebody checking manually every single day, and then we have these meetings to catch people that came from the YouTubes. So that'll be done today. Demon is taking all the clients and getting them into a channel manually, and you have to add them manually. So it's it just is what it is. We're going to add them every day, and that should be the most efficient way until they have a workflow action to do that. Let's catch some of the new people. Alex Levin. I don't know if you can turn your mic on, but I don't think I recognize your name.
Hey,
What's going on, man? Did you come off YouTube, or are you one of our current clients?
I'm actually on the owner's account. My name is Roy. I was on this. Yeah, I think
Okay.
I caught you on off of YouTube.
Okay. So we may not have whoever you're saying you're here for your boss, the owner's account?
Yeah, I mean I have access to both, so it switches sometimes randomly.
We need to make sure we have whichever email address he signed up for as an affiliate of ours so that we can give you guys access to everything. Do you have maybe you could ask him what email he signed up with, and then
Well,
I guess
I
that's
was
the
the
best
one
way.
that signed up.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's
If you can drop it in the chat, that'll be easiest for my team to grab it. Number and just name, phone. We got Alec. Well, whatever name you want to use, phone and email, and then try to use the phone and email you signed up for HighLevel with. We're gonna go ahead and give you access. We don't want to slow anybody down who signed on the YouTube, but we'll check it on the back end later.
Is it the one? Because actually the way I got in on this one is you've been emailing me
Yeah, I think it's
Mass
Roy
Market
Levin.
AI. So is that the one I should give? The one you email me with?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
no,
remember him.
probably the one you signed. Well, depends on how you signed up. If you signed up, whichever email you signed up for Go High Level with, so you can look at your Go High Level account and see what email you used is the best way.
I see. Whatever's the Go High Level one. Okay, 1 second.
I want to make sure we push through everybody. So my main goal is to make sure everybody has what they need. So I want to let anybody speak up who is trying to figure out what to do next, so I can make sure that you're covered. What's up, Sherry?
Hey Rob, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, fine. I am not personally working with this yet. My team is. Oh, it's not my
Okay.
team. It's Amy's team. I'm on Amy's team, and I know she came on here for a few minutes. I know she was tied up, so she had left a message in the chat for you.
Mm.
You see it at the message at 127,
Yeah. Okay.
and she also emailed you. I guess I think that's how we got the link
What's
for
her
today.
last name? I'm trying to locate in my
Laughlin.
memory. Laughlin. That sounds familiar. And can we get a 1 hour meeting
We
with
were
Rob?
with um what's his name? Ryan on Tuesdays. Let's see. Oh, Nan, I'm sorry. We were with
Nyan.
him,
Okay.
Nan. Yeah, we were with him on Tuesdays.
So you guys are on
Um,
a done for you plan, it sounds like. Nyan, what's the company name?
um,
Or I
Uh,
guess you
in,
Power Associates. Oh
okay.
gosh, why am I pulling a blank?
yeah, he's on the Michelle and Amy's team.
Property Power.
Property Power Associates, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. I don't know why I was pulling a blank here.
I'm not sure where you guys are with the hours balance. For an hour meeting, it's the equivalent of 8 hours of IT work, which is usually close to a whole month, depending on, what plan you're on. And so if you come on these meetings, it's free. I can do a half hour for 4 IT hours. And so I can come on there. If you guys are having like problems, usually the most efficient way is to drop a Loom video or a message in to our team. But I'm happy to come on there. She just should be aware of how many hours I would use.
Oh, yeah, just communicate with her directly. I think she's been sending you emails. And the person that's been communicating with you guys over Discord is Leonard.
Mm-hmm.
So you might have seen him in the Discord channel.
I'm
Leonard
Yeah,
not
Lay.
we have
Leonard
him.
Lay.
Yep, we have him.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So those are the ones you're going to communicate with as far as this is concerned. Then they're going to bring me up to speed. So I'm gonna have to get going, but I wanted to be sure that you heard from our team.
Yeah. We'll drop a message and make sure you guys are pushing forward properly.
Okay, great.
And then basically the routine should be you can come here and basically we'll give you guys updates. You'll start to be aware of everything we're working on, and then you'll be able to come and ask for updates and I can help make the plan going forward.
Okay,
That's the intention. And then of course you still have the one-on-one meetings with IT and they can check in as well. It's more like you'd come to this meeting for strategy or for like um if do-it-yourselfers, this is like technical implementation help. But for you guys, you can more come and we can still discuss what's going on with the implementation and I can help make sure we're driving as quickly forward as we can.
okay, great. Yeah, if you can make that communication with her directly, that would be good because
Yeah,
she and Leonard are the ones that are spearheading this.
sure.
Okay,
Well, that
great. Well,
sounds
thank
good.
you all so much. All
No
right,
problem.
you take care.
Take care.
Uh-huh.
All right, let me see. Jonas,
Hey Rob,
what's going on, man?
good to finally meet you with Alvin and his
Ah,
yeah. So
cool.
yeah, basically he asked me to come on. I know we've kind of been going back and forth for quite a while now, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
supposed to he wanted me to come on here, listen in, and just kind of get things back on track. So it sounds like from what I've just observed on this call, this is the more advanced one for people who are kind of
Mm-hmm.
already things. But it does sound like there's some kind of Discord channel or something like that I should be on in order to get things moving. I don't know if maybe this is
Yeah.
something I should discuss on
Just
the side or what's
no,
the
just
best.
drop your email down there in that chat, and we'll make sure you're added to the Discord channel. And I know we're just waiting on the CSV from Alvin to be segmented before we can launch more with him. And so I think that's the main thing holding us back.
Okay, and so just for one last question here, just for reference, he had sent me the calendar of the calls that you have, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So are these calls more for like open questions, or what should I note like this Tuesday call for, kind of, I guess, the main reasons why I would want to hop on?
This one would be for advanced AI implementation. So that's involving any third-party softwares that we're using in your implementation besides Go High Level. So mostly we'd be discussing like MMAI chat, which is a white label of Zappy chat, or like outbound voice. Most other systems even like for text AI, we're pretty much moving most people into native. But here you'll find questions about, integrating things outside of Go High Level. And so it could be a variety of different things. Some people might have like a different type of CRM for their industry where they need to sync data to their Go High Level. But that's really where you get the most complicated types of situations and questions. And so we try to keep that isolated here. And then we have like native Go High Level systems on Wednesday, and sales and marketing, which is more generally like nailing down your offer and which approach we want to use to contact them, on Thursday.
Got you. Okay. Well, I'll hop on all the calls this week just to kind of listen in, and then I dropped my email in the chat. If you could add that to the Discord channel, I'd appreciate it.
Absolutely. And Vernon, I know you get your hand up, man. How's it going?
Hey Rob, how's it going? Hey, I'm just I'm catching up, man. I've been out for a little bit. And I'm just trying to see where can I go to, because I have a Bland. Are you still using Bland? Okay, good. I'm not too far behind then. All right.
Yeah. Bland is still the best outbound voice, and it's really the best voice software we know in general. For ease, like with most new accounts, we're saying just do the inbound voice that's native with High Level. But for people that want to do outbound voice, this is the right meeting to discuss that, and Bland is the one we use still.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, because I know so I do notice that I get charged quite a bit on Twilio, but I have my own Twilio account. So is emails and everything intertwined between you guys' Twilio? Is that just, or would it be just with my individual Twilio?
You can go into your sub account settings and go into billing and see what it was, but lead connector, or like the credits for Mass Market AI, if you're in our agency, would include like everything. So be email, texting, and everything else. Go High Level uses lead connector. And so any calls that are happening in Go High Level are going to be through their Twilio and would be billed by high level usage credits. And then if you have a Twilio account attached to your Bland, that's probably your Twilio account attached to your Bland, is my guess. And so you'll see separate charges from Bland usage, separate Twilio charges.
Okay. So, yeah, because I wasn't sure, because it's been a few months and I hadn't used it, but I looked and it's been charging. So I just like, I don't know what it is. I don't know which account is doing what.
Just ask the team to look into it. You can ask the team to look into it for you.
Okay. Well, I just want to know which account I'm using, so I know how many emails I get, how many texts I get, and all of that. I'm playing catch up. So
yeah, it's cheap. But the rate would depend on if you're in your own agency or in ours, and then they can tell you what the rate is if you ask for whatever different thing you're looking at. Sometimes it can be hard to identify what a charge is, but whatever you're seeing, you can just screenshot it and be like, yeah, I can't quite figure out what this is. And then we'll do it. We'll try to help you figure it out. It is important to keep an eye on those things. We try to, have fail safes like that'll stop at certain billing thresholds. You can set, maximums for periods of time. And we keep them pretty low in the beginning, but it doesn't mean that, you could have started a process and they could have let it running, and then we could have gotten forgotten about. That happens sometimes.
If I wanted to run something, let's say 500 emails at one time, I mean, that would automatically build to my account, or does that build to I mean,
It
how does
bills to
it, do
you.
I need to worry about it, how it bills, or is it either way, it's going to come back to me?
It's all going to be charged to you. Yeah, for
Okay.
no matter what it is. But it's usually really cheap, and you have to be doing 500 emails is next to nothing. It's probably like 90 cents or something or less, like less than $1.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, cool deal. Is there a channel? I know the Discord is there, but Bland look a little wild to use. Is there something where I can look at pretty quickly just so I can get used to Bland? Because I'm gonna
Like
go ahead and initiate it and get it started back up today.
I would just ask the team probably to get
Okay.
whatever you need done, and they should be able to take care of it. You figuring out how to get in there and do it would be probably be pretty difficult.
Well,
Unless you've
it's
looked at.
everything is done. It's set up. I want to start running some campaigns because
Yeah.
it was set up a few months back. I just hadn't. I had some stuff come up. I've been out, so now I
Unless
want to
you
go run some campaigns.
Right. Unless you're like a do-it-yourselfer who set it up in the first place, I'd be careful about initiating a campaign on your own because if you forget like one tag, you could end up sending 1,000, twice as many calls as you mean or more. And so I would just tell the team whatever you need done. And then they could also, if you want like a clear procedure on how to initiate a call, they can give you one or initiate a bunch of calls, they can give it to you. But you just want to be
Okay.
extra careful when you're following those instructions.
Okay, and are those on the Discord, or that's
Yeah, just
on
message
Discord?
just hit project management in Discord and tell them exactly what you want, and they'll direct it to the right team.
Okay,
Always like tell them you need an ETA, tell them when you need it by, and that'll help.
gotcha. All right.
Is it okay
Thank you.
to is it okay to ask a question here?
Yeah.
So again, just getting my bearings, very new to Twilio, to LC, to Go
Mhm.
HighLevel, and all the moving pieces and parts of everything. So with Go HighLevel, that's obviously the CRM,
Mhm.
and the IT team is helping me connect all the different pieces that I have with other tools that I've come to the table with, like Sales Rabbit and some of the others.
Right.
With Twilio, which I've heard that word said a few times, versus LC, if I'm under the right impression, LC and Twilio are essentially both VoIP services. LC is just an in-house version of Twilio
Yeah.
that's inside of Go HighLevel.
It is the same thing. You're right. So lead connector, basically, they're what Go HighLevel is just making an easier setup process and easier management of your Twilio account. So then you just register for lead connector, and they're setting up Mailgun, they're setting up Twilio, they're setting up a bunch of different things for you, without you having to go into those platforms yourself.
Got it.
And
So theoretically, by having okay, so that's what LC stands for, is lead connector. So lead connector is set up within Go HighLevel, and I should look to expect a separate monthly charge from LC for any text messages or phone calls. I'm assuming there's no expense for phone calls, but text messages, yes.
Phone calls charged too. So Twilio,
Okay.
every phone service is going to be per minute. You don't have a monthly fee. So some apps you might have a monthly fee for, like some of the ones you were possibly using in the past. This is going to be way cheaper, but it's only going to charge you for usage. And then you're only going to have lead connector unless you're using like outbound voice AI. So like if you're using outbound, since that's not in Go HighLevel, that's when you have a separate charge from Twilio because we're having to connect that directly to a Twilio account instead of to lead connector.
Got it.
So for you, I think everything is going to be inside LC. So I'll charge every time you use something, it's in LC, and then you can look up pricing for lead connector. Just look up lead connector pricing. Everything is dirt cheap.
Yeah, I saw the text SMS is like 0.00012 or something like that.
Yeah.
So okay, that's good to understand. And then on the back end, and I know we're coming up on that 2 o'clock hour. So if you still have somebody else on this call that you wanted to get to before I ask this next question, I can take a pause.
I think I got through everybody, so you're
Okay.
good. Unless
So
somebody else raise your hand if you have anything.
yep, yeah, I can shut up. But
No, you're good.
basically,
Yeah.
Sales Rabbit is where I'm using everything for my turf management. We're door-to-door canvassing team. So obviously we're talking to most of our people at the door. We're making changes to the lead in Sales Rabbit. I know on the back end, the IT team is working on connecting Sales Rabbit to Go HighLevel using a make account, if
Mhm.
I'm understanding that correctly,
Yeah.
which I was presented the option of using your guys' make account, which is an enterprise level, gives more connection options, is more advanced, or I could have my own make account. And based
Mhm.
on the number of transactions, they gave me an estimated cost of what that would be per month, depending
Mhm.
on how many make transactions there are per month. So once I establish that make account, whether I choose to use your guys' make account or my own, that's when that's when Sales Rabbit will start to communicate with Go High Level. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when that'll happen. And then basically the advantages of having, so you've got your own agency, right? If you set up your own make, then you're totally independent. We can save you money with our using our make account and manage it for you, which make is actually kind of hard to use. You may always prefer that. But if you're trying to like some people do want to manage their own. Like for
What
me, the
what would
more
be
I
the
man
reason I would want it? What's the reason I would want to manage my own make account?
more if you're an agency, I could see you wanting to do that.
When you
I
say
don't think
when you say the word agency, that would be me essentially
if
selling
you're
Go
a
High Level.
reseller, right? Because I have like an annual contract with Make and I can get a discount when I'm buying in a huge bulk, which means I can resell it for a small markup and still save you
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, that's definitely
Um,
not something I'm interested in at this
yeah.
point. I
So I
don't see
don't
selling Go High Level. For me, the whole point of the bot and the centralized CRM with Go High
right.
Level is to just essentially um, capitalize on the leads that we're generating through Facebook and others more effectively, to set up drip campaigns and to just increase sales. So I don't see
Yeah.
myself reselling Go High Level just because I feel
I
like a
don't
lot
think
like
you
the
would
other guy
either.
on the call,
Right.
just overwhelmed by just the learning curve. Maybe a year down the road, if I understood it more,
No,
I would.
I wasn't suggesting that you would actually want to do that. I just meant in general,
Yep.
some of our clients want to and some don't.
Okay.
So for you,
So
I'd recommend being in ours.
my next step would be to give them an answer on whether I go on yours or my own.
Yeah. And then in general, for best practices, we should probably I think it's good to give people the option because some people we could build it in ours and then um, they could just assume that it was in theirs and that can cause a problem later. So we think it's best we still ask, but we should start, um, well, I guess it's probably better for us just to have the conversation if there's any confusion.
Okay.
Um,
Is there any long-term ramifications of being in yours if, let's say, down the road I wanted to be in my own? Like what does that do?
we still have to be able to charge you for it would still have to run through ours and we could continue to charge you for your usage through ours. It would take us time to rebuild it into yours. So like there would be a cost associated with moving it into your own. And so that's the only thing.
If I establish my own make account, um, the IT team would still make all the connections. I wouldn't have to learn how to use make. Is that correct?
No, that's correct. It would just mean that you'd pay a little bit more and it would give you full independence.
Okay. And again, make is just like Zapier. It's just a connector,
Mm-hmm.
helping two platforms communicate. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because as of right now, if I'm under the right understanding, once I have Sales Rabbit communicating with Go High Level, every time I make a change in Sales Rabbit, it'll make that updated change in Go High Level. And they did say that it has two-way communication. So if I make a change in Go High Level, I
That's
mark
good.
a lead as a sale, it will change that to a sale in Sales Rabbit. Is that accurate?
I don't know. It's if they said so, probably.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Cool.
They
All
can
right.
they can set pretty much anything up however you want and make. So
Okay.
the two-way would be ideal. And
Yeah.
if they said they
That's
can do it, they can, I'm sure.
okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
I see we have, I think, one person for the two that might have jumped in early. Fabian, I think I may have seen your name just recently. Did you come in to the community for the first time today?
Yes, hi Rob. Yes, first time I just signed up for it this morning and he told me 2 o'clock, so I just joined.
Okay, cool. So you saw the ad this morning, is that right?
Yes, correct.
I think that's what I saw. And tell me like what the main thing you're wanting to learn about Go High Level is and a little bit about your business.
We are in the process of launching this new product with my agency, and I just want to make sure that we're using the best tool available in the market. We've used other tools in the past, but it just created more problems, bottlenecks. It's a high curve for learning to train other people. So now I'm looking to just kind of like see what you guys are offering, make it easier. And I understand that basically we're trying to buy time, more efficiency, less time, and that's it. That's the name of the game.
So as an agency owner, I can definitely relate to that struggle because I've always been using HighLevel, but I would try to attach other softwares to it, and I was just trying to push ahead with the AI stuff before HighLevel had it. But even HighLevel is so good at making everything quick to set up that eventually I've realized it like puts too much strain on the customers and on the onboarding process to advise people to do third-party integrations. And we're finding really, really good success with just you setting up what comes in HighLevel. You can set up a whole business's nurture systems and reactivation in an hour, and have inbound AI voice and like AI web chat, all that done in like an hour. Have you seen like the new AI employee features that they came out with?
No, not yet.
Okay. Like you can set up, they have templates for ads for any industry. They're about to roll out Google Ads templates. They have Meta, and you can go in there and set up like a proven template and connect it to it'll connect to your ads account and run ads completely on autopilot. So it's like they've got some really good features for ads management. You can create websites with AI. It'll write the copy and pick a template. They got thousands of templates, so it picks one, does the copy, and it takes 15 minutes. So, and the builder has gotten really advanced with HighLevel too. I don't know what platforms you're currently using. Do you currently have a system you're using to nurture leads for your clients, or what are you using to convert leads to bookings?
Well, we kind of fell into this agency role. Primarily what my company does is we build business strategy for wealth creation. I know it might sound too obvious, like why else are you going to create a business if not to create wealth? But the problem is that we set up the parameters for you to create, monitor, and track the equity that you're building. So when we started getting all these clients, some of them are pretty good at scaling the business. Some of them reach a point where they need to get, capital. So they go to the venture capitalists, angel investors, and so forth. And they kept coming up to us and saying, okay, we got this money. Now we got invested into technology. We need help with that. Can you guys help us? Because you know other people. So we started being pulled into the direction of kind of like becoming consultants in the technology area. And as a result of that, we had to learn to work with the technology and the platforms that our clients were using. So most of them were using platforms that were not the best for them, were not the best match, were not the most efficient. So now we narrow it down to probably around maybe 12 or 20 different platforms that when the clients come to us and we analyze their business, we say, okay, if you're not using these 12 platforms, one of them, then you are not working very efficiently. So now we're trying to take these 20 different platforms and bring everybody to just one or two platforms. Just throw everything else away and tell people this is what you need to use. And that's why I'm here with you, talking with you, because I want to learn about what you guys do to try to wipe out all these other 20 platforms and just work with one, maybe two at the most. And tell our clients, okay, you need to merge or you need to move everything to this platform.
All right. Well, I definitely think so do you have a Go HighLevel account or no?
I don't have a HighLevel account yet. Some of my clients do have HighLevel accounts. We log in
Right. So you know what
when
it
they
looks
log
like.
in. So we're a little bit about that, but in these 2 months,
Mhm.
we have to, or sooner, obviously, we have to start flipping or switching people to this. So we gotta
Okay.
sign up with a HighLevel account on my agency level or for my company. But before we do that, what I didn't want to make this mistake, because we've done this in the past.
Right.
That
Yeah,
you
you
sign
wanna-
up for something and you sign up at the wrong level, or you
Right.
signed up with the wrong feature. So I wanted to learn more
Make
about
sure you
it
know what's going on.
before
Yeah.
I actually join
Perfect.
and select the right level, if there are different levels, for example.
Okay. I want to greet everybody who's hopping in for, for this, for all the people I haven't met before. And then I'm gonna break you through the just the general things you should know going into HighLevel, what the main features are, what's coming up. And I'll talk a lot about or what makes it so different from any of the other platforms that I've used. And I've used a ton of them like you in the past. I came from I'll give my background a little more, which will color the statement I just made in a second. Darius, I think you're a current client, and have you been to one of the 1 p.m. meetings yet?
No, this would be the first one.
Okay. Well, this is 2 p.m. our time, so this is the one for new clients, unfortunately, but we can make
Oh,
sure
okay.
you get the link, and you're welcome to be here. But we'll give you the link. You should have gotten the text for the. It's possible you use the same link and then just joined later, because we use the same link. And
Got it.
so,
Okay.
we'll make sure you get directed. We're going to be creating a new channel inside of our community for people that are currently affiliates, and then we'll have more clearly posted the stuff that's for them, because it's all getting lost in the open one with the people that are some affiliates and some not.
Right. Okay.
So,
All right.
yep.
Okay.
Cool,
Well, I'll
brother.
look up for the next one.
Sounds good, man.
All right. Thanks.
So you're welcome. And then I see the newcomers. I see Twin City home buyers. Did you come off Facebook recently, or do you
Actually, I
know?
think I'm in the wrong meeting too. It just says 1 p.m. in the email. It doesn't say what time zone. So I'm in Central, so it's 1 p.m. here. But I think what I'll do is I'll just pop in the next one.
This is the last one for the day.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're in the right one, I believe.
Oh.
So the one an hour ago was for the existing clients,
Oh,
and
okay,
this
gotcha.
one's for
So
new
it is
people.
1 p.m. Central then.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay,
yes, sir.
Yep.
And tell me how you came in. Did you see an email originally?
So yeah, no, we actually talked, I don't know, like 9 months ago or something like that. I'm a flipper, and I think you had one of your guys. You were doing something
Nick.
completely, yeah, Nick. And then we got on a Zoom call or whatever and chatted, and then I saw you kind of reinvented yourself with this situation here. I saw it come through.
I've still got the same thing, but we've learned a lot. So I have the done for you side, and then I have the do it yourself side.
Okay.
So I was doing all of this in my own businesses for years, and I was doing it for multiple of my own businesses. And so I started being able to do it for others, but it was still a lag before I had a do it yourself side, because getting all the stuff out to teach somebody everything is a whole different thing from doing it for somebody. So now so now I'm sponsored by Go HighLevel. I'm as an affiliate. And so I've got a do-it-yourself version where you sign up for your own Go HighLevel account for $97, and then with a 30-day trial, and you get all my snapshots, which are like the blueprints, the guides for setting up a business. You get the software I developed that helps with integrations if you're doing third-party integrations, and weekly group coaching. There's 3 different sessions. So still have both sides of the business. And then the done for you side, instead of monthly recurring, we've switched to a bank of done for you or of development hours. So basically, you don't have to worry about if you have a slow month or you're not using us at all 1 month, you don't have to worry about it eating a chunk. So it's, it lasts longer when you get a bank, and it's more efficient. And you can use that to set up your business, multiple of your businesses, or your clients' businesses. So the hours is just tied to our relationship, not tied to a specific business.
Very cool.
So who else do we have in here that's new, Nyan? I think that may be it.
I think we actually covered everyone.
Okay. I think we had Well, no worries. So that means I can focus on you guys a little more in depth. I see Kedar. Well, Jeffrey Lyon, I saw you in here. Are you still in here? No, he hopped out. He was in the wrong meeting too. And no, he's here. Jeffrey, is there anything that you need, man? Because I want to make sure you have everything you need. And I don't think I covered you on the last hour.
I think that the earlier hour was a little advanced for me, Rob. I
Yeah.
probably just need to be in the early stages.
You need to be on
listening
the Thursday, primarily, probably Thursday and Wednesday meeting, the 1 p.m.
Yeah. Okay.
But dude, like if you need anything, like you're still talking to me right now. Do you need any assets? Do you need like a next step?
I think I just need like a 1, 2, 3. You do these courses in this order, and
Yeah.
that will help me with anything.
For setting up so tell me what type of business you want to set up your agency first? Are you trying to do affiliate or are you trying to reach out to a specific niche?
Well, right now I'm just trying to get the HighLevel set up. I've got the 3-month trial going, and so
and then is your first play going to be to reach out to any specific niche to offer them these services? Or is it going to be maybe going general with instantly or with seamless data?
I would say general at this point. Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing you need to set up is the website and then your inbound voice, your AI web chat, and then some nurture flows. And you've got my examples. And since you're going general, my examples should work for you. You may want to edit them a little bit unless you're sending them to my masterclass. So the videos on YouTube are going to be the ones that you want to follow. And we're going to drop all these instructions today more clearly for our affiliates inside a new Discord, like private channel, not Discord, in our AI initiates in a private channel. And so that'll be there for you. I want to make sure I cover Fabian and Twin City Homebuyers. What was your name, man?
Jason. My partner
Jason.
Steve was probably the guy that talked to you before, but he's not with me on this project.
So I want to address you guys, and then I see some people who Kedar, I know you're an existing affiliate, so I want to make sure I give you a next step, but I don't want to lose these new guys first. And so Kedar, normally you'd want to be coming on an hour earlier. It's the 1 p.m. that's going to be 1 p.m. Eastern. That's for existing clients, but I'll still make sure I answer your question if you're still here once I take care of these guys. So, so it was Fabian and Jason. So Jason, why don't you give me a little more information on what you guys are trying to accomplish? I think I may be remembering the meeting with you and your partner now. But I want a little more context, and that way I can color what I'm going to share with you and Fabian.
Yeah. So I'm a flipper, and so I've got Go HighLevel, and I've got some snapshots in there. I've tried to do the voice AI. That whole thing has evolved over the last 6 months. I think you were using like Air before, and I wasn't real impressed with them. So I got kind of sucked into a vortex with other voice AI, and now it looks like, of course, just like everything, Go HighLevel's putting it innate, inside of their system. So what my goal would be to build a platform for my flipping business, and then white label that. So
make it a SaaS.
Yeah, and so just so you know, I kind of reconnected with you. I signed up for the whatever that season of AI thing was at the end of the year with your code. So we're kind of connected.
We are.
I already had Go HighLevel, but so I should be connected to you as an affiliate through that season of AI thing, because I signed up for that with your code.
Yeah.
And so
Yep. So you're connected there, and then we need to make sure you're added as a client with the client tag, Nyan, so that we're sure he's getting the right invitations. The code we need to put the code added. We're gonna get you in.
Yeah. Do you want I don't know if you have my email.
If you can drop the email.
I'll get that to you here. Let me just say, I'm sending you a message, Nyan, real quick here.
Just to quickly touch on the things you mentioned. For outbound voice, we use Bland now. It works really, really well. Much easier to control it, to have complicated conversations. But HighLevel's bringing everything in native.
Yeah.
And especially if you're trying to do a SaaS, I just can't say more strongly enough. Just stick with what HighLevel already has. I get 10 to 20 bookings a day with a 60% show rate on these webinars without using outbound voice. And so outbound voice is like an extra touch, but if you're doing proper email marketing and text, and I like to use calendar links, and I only use AI now if somebody asks a question after the calendar link. So it'll still handle them, reschedule them, cancel them, but people don't want to have to ask what time's available or ask about a different time. They prefer a link they can use. And so we put the link in every single email and text, and then the AI hardly has to do any work in addition to that. So
people just show up on your calendar.
Yeah, it works way easier, much easier.
Right.
And the AI is still there, but trust me, people don't want to talk to your AI unless they are buying AI, which, maybe you go the extra mile once you're a little further along and do the outbound voice. But I think just keeping it all easy to set up is the most important thing, as long as it's effective. And so making really cool AI sequences is still my thing. I have some native features that I'm going to release that'll push you guys to turn on AI employee, like the AI email copywriter. And I'm going to come out with a series we're going to call it our AI army. So it'll be a bunch of different agents, like our AI copywriter flow, where you can actually take advantage of Go HighLevel giving you unlimited for $100. If you were to send 2,000 custom emails using the template that I've made, which writes hyper-personalized emails every day, it would be extremely expensive, even with AI tokens, if you didn't have unlimited with AI employee. So I'll continue to come out with things that kind of let us really take advantage of AI employee to get you guys to turn it on, which is when I start getting a commission off of it. And I'll give you everything I got for free until that day, and I'll make sure that you get to the point where you want to turn it on.
Where do you see, in my business model, where the quickest, easiest way to get that turned on would be?
The AI email copywriter, is the best way. And then you could take it and have it mention. You need to look at whatever your data source is and look at and I can help you do this. This is something that I do for people on a done for you basis. But in that channel today, we're going to drop our AI email copywriter template. It's pretty complex, but you can use it to take whatever your list is and whatever the headers are. And for instance, AI will know the landmarks in the city that they live in, or it'll know. Yeah. And so it can be like, hey, I see that you live in this city and have been in this house for X number of years. You'll see how I did it and you'll understand how you could do it, or you can have me do it for you if you have a bank of hours. And so you can also just take my template and have AI rewrite it for your purpose. You may just have to tweak it for a while.
Yeah.
So lots of different ways you can take advantage of these different agents. And the first one is going to be in our instantly replacement YouTube video that we're dropping later this week. I just want to make sure that everything is polished. It's a very complex setup for the custom copywriter. So I want to make sure it's really easy for you guys to understand and, set up in templates very smoothly.
That's
so
huge. Just real quick, in my business, I can see that being a huge plus because people want to relate to a local company, and anytime you mention local landmark, it's
landmarks.
Yep.
Yeah. So if it was Charlotte, I tested this the other day just to make sure it would work, but it knows about 15 different landmarks in Charlotte that nobody else would know that person's going to recognize. And so you can continue to use that in emails for a while, and you just build in a few other ways of getting personalized, and you can take it really far.
How about an actual picture of the person's house? I've seen mailers where
I have one that does that. That's a different flow, and that does require you to access the Google Maps API.
Right.
We have one that does that, but I don't know if you can do it on the $97 Go HighLevel plan. Nyan, do you know if
I've got the higher one, but
if you got the highest plan, then you should be able to use it. And then you can just ask the team for the stuff to set it up. And if you want us to do it for you, we can do it for you. I think we might have had to create an API call for it. So it might be that you have to ping our API. Just ask the team in the discussion in the AI initiates community. That's the best way, because I love people to be able to see that we have stuff like that. So in the discussion board on AI initiates, you should have the community access. If you don't,
I do. Yeah.
so go in there on the main discussion, say, hey, I want to send them a picture of the person's house when I send them a text through Go HighLevel. You have to like save the image as a file in the media and then save it to a custom field and then send it. And then getting the image of their house into that custom field is a whole nother aspect, but we do it all the time. So
cool.
Yep. So Fabian, I'm going to direct to you, man. We've got a lot of current clients and then we've got you now. So I'm excited to show you what we've got, and it gives me a chance to really dive in and focus on what you're working on here. I feel like maybe me touching on my background and then diving into some features and just going quickly through the features and what I see when I look at it is probably going to be the most helpful for you. And so I started in inside sales at web.com, which is a digital marketing agency, a really big one. They sponsored the PGA Tour back. First off, you haven't seen the masterclass. You haven't already heard this, have you?
No, I have not.
So that was my background. I hit #1 at the biggest digital marketing firm in the world in my second month. And then as an appointment setter, and then I got promoted to closing, and my first deal was the biggest one in channel history. And it was because I was good at picking out the right data. I didn't rely on what the company gave me. I was good at strategizing with my marketing, and I also worked really hard. So that was my start. I quit after I broke their all-time channel sales record for the month and started my solar company, which started door knocking. So went from inside sales to door knocking. And then I was like, you know what? I want this to be scalable like the call center was. And I got 6 of my friends in a garage and we started cold calling. And a couple years later, I had 60 employees in call centers in the Philippines and in Cairo doing solar and my funding company with a guy that quit the web.com to come work with me. And the solar company was 3rd in Boston and Forbes this year. And I just sold the solar company with over 2,000 active subscriptions to my partner. And I love this. This is my highest value. This is exactly what I'm best at. And I want to be able to do this and to create automations for you guys as my job for the rest of my life. And I was like, that's what I love. I was like, screw everything else. I'm focusing all in on my highest value. And I'm going to figure out how to share what I'm best at and what I'm passionate about. So this year has been a journey of me going from, running multiple businesses in Go HighLevel, 80 employees total, 2,000 active subscriptions. We served over 10,000. A journey of doing it in practice to learning how to do it as an agency, and how you get clients as an agency, how to run a community. I've learned how to do webinars recently, which has been the biggest change I've ever had in my sales process. So now I finally don't have any setters. I don't have any closers. It's all IT. And I'm actually booking and closing more deals than ever. I closed 80 deals myself last month. And I'm able to get high ticket closes, like 1 to 2K, and trials on one call. And so I've learned a lot about how you engage a group like this in the month I've been doing it. I'm still learning as we go, but basically I've got all these blueprints of all these different types of setups from running them in my own businesses and then now helping so many other agencies. So we have pretty much whatever kind of flows you need for any type of business. Even as an affiliate, just signing up through my link, we give you access to all of my snapshots. We don't hold anything back. You get access to group coaching calls, or if you need assets like, hey, I need a snapshot for this type of business or a website template for this type of business, whatever you need, like, trust me, I've got it. And you have unlimited access to whatever you need. That includes, I didn't tell you the coolest part. So 2 years ago, I was trying to patch AI into Go HighLevel to replace an expensive function in my credit business. and AI. I taught myself how to code with AI when GPT-4 first came out, and I made an application or two applications for Go HighLevel in their app marketplace that connects Zapier and Make to their advanced API, which lets you take hundreds of actions inside Zapier and Make and HighLevel, which just explodes how well you can integrate it for all your different clients' needs. Because some clients are going to be doing a door knocking team and they're going to want Sales Rabbit to sync directly with their Go HighLevel so they can manage their territory. And yeah, you can put that app in the custom menu in the menu pane in HighLevel, but integrating to where the data syncs is a whole nother step. So you can have Sales Rabbit right here, but then my Zapier and Make application take it to where you can sync the data. And so I have always tried to push away from every other platform, but when you have to integrate it, the Zapier and Make application I have are going to be super valuable for you. And those are included even as an affiliate. I think I kind of explained how our done for you hours bank works. But basically, when you're hiring an agency or hiring a VA to help with your Go HighLevel setups, they usually are skilled in only a couple areas of HighLevel. And we've got a team that's skilled in every part of Go HighLevel, skilled on every single ads platform, and skilled on coding and integrating, and then creating AI to do whatever you want, custom scrapers, all types of stuff. So web development. So it's truly development hours, but from a team that is hyper specialized in Go HighLevel. And when you get a VA, they may know one or two things, but even if you don't have them do anything that month or the workload was low, you're still going to have to pay them that same rate, and they don't even have the full skill set. So it's similar with an agency. They may be more highly skilled in different areas, but it's just going to be a big retainer every month. And the thing I like about HighLevel is it packages everything into an efficient way for you to execute all these different services for your clients. And I'm just trying to supercharge that by giving people a bank of IT hours, which is, even our minimum bank is lower than some agencies' monthly recurring. And you'll have hours that don't expire. So we set up your account. It might take 3 hours. You might not need anything for another 2 months. You know what I mean? And so we continue to give you all of our new resources on the affiliate side. Every time I come out with something, it's pushed to you guys, and then you use the hours when you need them. You can do part of it and have the team do part of it as you learn. The team can do whatever you need them to as well. Like we have clients that have them go and pull data from Seamless AI every day for the client and process it and upload it. So whatever kind of task you want to unload, the team can help with. And so yeah, I'll go through some of these screens here and just show you what the basics are. I know you've seen it before, but I think just walking you through everything will be helpful. So our reporting, since we're getting all these signups from code added and stuff like that, is not correct. Like our close rate is pretty high. And hopefully we're going to get that straightened up today as we're going through and counting all the clients again. But you can customize these dashboards so that you see whatever data you want. And so that's helpful for being flexible to all different industries. And my team can also help create custom dashboards for anybody with whatever metrics they need. Or you can just say, hey, how do I get this kind of reporting to show up here in the community? And my team would answer for affiliates, more of like affiliate status. On the conversations view, I think this is really one of the things that's missing from most CRMs is that it does sync up so many channels. It'll do SMS, WhatsApp, your live web chat. You can add in custom ones, like Kixie is a dialer system we use. It'll do, sorry, got distracted by a conversation I saw. It'll do Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, SMS, email, all those things. And so it all shows up in one channel, in one view here. It's a unified inbox. And even if that client has multiple, is texting multiple different numbers for your business, it'll all show up right here. Then you can actually toggle which one you want. It'll automatically have a default like for the user, but I can change the number I'm texting from right here. And so it keeps it real organized and saves a ton of time right there. You can have multiple phone numbers for each contact. Check all your automations. But I mainly just leave it as unread. I just clear my unread messages every day. So the daily workflow is going to look like just clearing the unread messages and just taking a look at what the AI did. One thing I really like about the native HighLevel setup for AI that they just rolled out is that you can now like fine tune the responses in the chat. So as an agency, when every time a client decides, you know what, I don't want to say it like this, I want to say it like that, you have to go and change a prompt. It can be really time consuming and brutal on the agency side. Especially because they're not going to understand all the complexities that are involved with it. So the fact that you can fine tune right here that the user can is a huge benefit that cuts down a lot of the time of managing it. Calendars, you can do any type of calendar system you can imagine. This has the best calendar system I've ever seen. So it can handle webinar style setups. Let me just try to go to create a new calendar to show you the options. So it's got all these different types. You can have like a service menu where it'll show all the different services for a business in one view, and then they can choose the service. You can even set it up with restrictions for like number of equipment. Like if you have certain machines that are needed for a certain service at a business, there's a limited number. It can account for that. If there's certain rooms that you can perform certain services in and limited number of rooms, you can account for that. And one of the more common situations is like if you have a restaurant with multiple tables with different numbers of seats, at every hour, you're going to need something pretty sophisticated, and this lets you manage all that. It'll also integrate Google Calendar, iCloud, Calendly, and Outlook calendars. So all that will work just fine here. And I need to go back to the regular view. So opportunities and contacts, pretty standard. There's all types of actions you can take. You can run filters. This is pretty standard CRM stuff. You have smart lists that automatically update based on filters. I think this is pretty standard for most CRMs, so I'm not going to go too much into depth on what that is. And kind of the same with the opportunity view. You can have unlimited pipelines, which could allow you to manage not only different streams of leads coming in, but also different processes in the business, like different types of fulfillment. You can bucket them out, automatically move things through different stages. All these different sections are connected in the workflows in the automation section. So basically with all the different things in HighLevel, all the different 42 software types it replaces. And we have a list called our 10K checklist that covers all those. All of those softwares are then connected with automation and now AI. And so using a system, this is a great pitch point for any of your clients who are like, well, I don't necessarily want to move. Where you're like, the world is coming where you can come and speak to your CRM and they can set up campaigns for you. But when you're using the CRM that has the 42 different software types in it, and it can manage all those, we're coming to a world where this will be the AGI that can run your business for you. And the platform that's ahead of the game with having all the different features and really having them customizable to the degree that I talked about, like in the calendar setting, it's going to be death to the businesses that don't have it. And I really think this is an awesome platform. Just from what I'm telling you about the different tools in here as we go through each section, you're going to start to make new connections of ways you can increase efficiency for different clients. Message sections, that's just like templates. Payments is there's a lot for me to tell you about payments. So they have separate invoices and estimates. You can collect payment on an invoice. They have documents and contracts, templates for them that you can download, and you can create your own as well. The templates or the contracts are the same as DocuSign in that you can see when somebody views them. You can set up automations to notify you or to trigger a call for you to call the client. Whatever you want to happen when they're viewing documents or signing documents, you can automate that whole process, reminders, just like you could with DocuSign. Orders.
Rob, let me ask you something real quick.
Shoot.
Does this need to be integrated with a different email platform like Gmail, for example, or does it offer everything in-house?
So it used to be that you had to connect your you're a different provider for each service, and Go High Level does support like whatever mail provider you want to use. But they also have a more simplified setup process where it'll have two-way sync for Gmail, Outlook, and iCloud, to where any email that goes to that address will show up in Go High Level. Anyone you send out, if it's associated to a contact that's in High Level, it shows up in the main conversation view that I was telling you about. So all that's going to sync, but you're going to want, you want it to be routing through the Google Workspace or the iCloud Workspace, but you're usually sending from a different platform like Mailgun or something like that. So the two most common providers of really the cheapest email provider is Mailgun, and the cheapest, well, I'd say the most universal phone system is Twilio. And so those are the two that Go High Level has now kind of brought in-house to a simplified setup. It's called Lead Connector. So Lead Connector is Go High Level's kind of gray labeled Twilio, Mailgun, SMS service. So it covers all the different usage that you could need as a business, and it creates a simple setup process for all of it. It doesn't require you to go into Mailgun or into Twilio. So it'll integrate Mailgun. I think Mailgun's rate for 1,000 emails is like 85 cents or 70 cents. But if you go through Go High Level's email, it's actually still using Mailgun, but it's down to 60 cents because Go High Level has so much bulk, they can give a better rate than if you go straight to the company. So every service that you have in High Level, if you go onto the SaaS mode, which is the $500 plan, you can rebill the usage at whatever rate you decide. So you can do a 10% markup on emails and a 20% markup on SMS, or vice versa, or however you want to imagine it. So that way you're not paying for clients' usage, and that second layer of billing is where you need the 497 plan. It's when you turn on rebilling and the ability to charge a monthly subscription for their sub account that automatically turns off if they stop paying or if their usage stops filling. That's like the layer that you get with the 497 plan. It turns into SaaS. You don't need that in the beginning. You can start in just an agency 97 sub account, and you can have up to three accounts you're building in there. But once you get to the point where you need to bill them for their usage, that's when you need to switch over to the Pro plan. So they have, I'll cover the plans real quick. But before I do, I want to mention that you can like pause and play subscriptions. You can fully control your subscriptions, see your analytics. You can do text payment links. When they get a link on their phone, they can pay with Apple Pay. They can pay with PayPal, buy now, pay later. They can do Klarna financing, Affirm financing. So it's got that's one huge thing that people don't even know about with High Level. It even will do POS. So you can get POS devices for local businesses. And there are so many businesses that would close more deals if they had Klarna on that checkout page, local businesses. And then for guys that are doing like school communities and stuff like that, well, you know what? I'll slow down and tell you about that when we get to the membership section. I want to hit on, what was I about to go into before I diverted back to the Klarna payments? Somebody asked me a question that I was about to go into. It was about, I think it was something you asked, Fabian, but right before I started talking about subscriptions. Could be wrong.
Was it the one when I asked you if the
emails? No.
Were integrated?
Well, I bet you it comes back to my head in 2 seconds. So really sophisticated. You can integrate a ton of different payment processors. NMI is a white labeled payment processor. So if you wanted, you could have your own company's payment processor in your High Level, and you could make a % or 2 off of every transaction that client has. The only thing about that is a lot of people switch away from HubSpot and Salesforce purely because they charge the same percentage of payment processing. So that's how HubSpot, Salesforce work. They're going to charge you a percentage of everything, I believe. And a lot of people really like that they can go directly to their payment processor, and that's not an issue. So it's up to you, but just so you know, you all know, you can absolutely get a % of every single payment that's made through your system with a white label payment processor.
Yeah, I will definitely be interested in that option as well that you just mentioned.
There's so much in here. I get hyped up just talking about it. You guys probably think I'm a weirdo, but I mean, the fact that you can build a business to this degree and then copy it with a click of the button to somebody else is insane. And the fact that this thing is going to be connecting all of them with AI, like you can only imagine what this is going to become. So social planner. So my team posts for me on a regular basis using this. You can connect all your socials and your Go High Level community groups and post to all of them with a CSV. And so that way your clients you don't have to get logins to everything. They can come in here with you and you can connect all their different channels at one time. And it even is, the metrics aren't super advanced yet. I think they don't have it for all these, they're coming, but you can track your views and your posts. You can see, okay, well, even just from posting a carousel on the social media every 2 days, we're getting this number of views. And then I can go hit the ads analytics dashboard and say, oh, well, that's actually way cheaper per impression than I'm getting from my ads. And so great analytics. Emails, there's a bunch of different ways you can send them in high level. The email campaigns is one way. You can also warm up domains just like instantly in high level. If you go to domain configuration, there's like, you can have 5 domains warming just on one-to-one conversations. You can have ones that you warmed a while back pushed out to the bulk send or the campaigns. And so you can keep 5 domains like super high credibility at all times and then move them out to where you're sending your bulk initial outreach from. So
Right.
yeah, I mean, that's a new feature that happened in the last few months since I've been doing email campaigns. And email is one of my new favorite things because I've always wanted, if you take the time to make sure it's a good email, which is why the AI email copywriter I'm dropping later this week is so valuable. If you can hit them with a good email every day and you have a big pipeline, like I had, thousands of leads that I had come out with, or they had come into my system from different offers over the past year and a half. And, I'm not even, there's no way I'm getting enough leads to fill up 10 slots in a meeting every day. It's because I'm activating my whole list all the time. And that way it's just a steady progression of your lead, even if you're paying for the same amount of leads the whole time, like you just do whatever the budget you can handle in Facebook is. If you're emailing them and you've got a big list to start with, which is the case for most businesses, you're going to get a way bigger lift and it's not going to go away. You continue to have people that now is actually the right time for them to look at this, that came in 6 months ago, pop into these meetings. And then it takes away the pressure because like, dang, I'm only getting 10 leads a day, but I'm having 10 people show up. And they're all when they're being nurtured that well because the numbers are showing up on the meetings, it's like, it just kind of takes away the pressure of trying to push that client it's not the right time for. They're going to be seeing more of what you're going to be doing forever. There are some really cool features in here. I don't know if it was in the editor, but they're about to drop a thing that'll scan your email and tell you if it's gonna set off a spam detector or not. I can't find the screen. I might be getting a little too granular. I'm gonna speed up a little bit. You've got countdown timers. Trigger links are important for sending out in text and email so you can tell who's clicking. If you're doing cold data like I am for email, you can see who out of the 10,000 emails that I sent cold every day clicked the link. And then you have their phone number. And so you can give them a call. There's also engagement scoring snapshot I have that like anytime they visit a website page or reply to an email or click a trigger link, it's gonna add a point to, or, a certain number of points to them so I can see who I should call. And that's another way to generate, well, basically the way it looks is if I'm like, hey, I want to collect some cash, I just go and look and see who's the most engaged that hasn't come to a meeting yet, and I call them, Affiliate manager. So Go High Level has their own affiliate program, but you can also have your own now with Go High Level's affiliate manager. This has been around for years. You can manage collection of documents like I think W-9s and everything you need from affiliates. You can set one-time payouts. You can do percentage-based payouts. You can do percentage-based payouts that expire in a certain amount of time. and pay them out automatically via PayPal. So fully, you can even set up tiered systems with like how much commission you want to drip down to different tiers. So I think that's more than First Promoter and a lot of them have. And of course, you got your ads manager. The brand board I've never played with, but I imagine it's for keeping brand assets so your team the creative team can move more quickly. Ads manager, it's like $30 a month. And then I've looked at some of the templates before. You can see the templates in your agency view, and they're good. You can tell they're designed around Meta's nuances. Like I looked at a weight loss ad they had because I know that industry specifically, a lot of times it's semaglutide or, some weight loss drugs, and they have to market in a way that doesn't set off Facebook's filters. And their weight loss ad, for instance, was offering a free weight loss guide, which is exactly how you get around those kinds of policy nuances. And so they are good templates. You can have custom audiences, everything that you'd be able to do in Facebook. Of course, with a campaign that's running a lot of money, there's always advantages to getting up in that ads manager. I never really managed my own ads fully and took full control of my creative direction until this year. I took control of the creative direction with my credit business, and we were spending $50K a month, but I never really dove into the technical side of it until this year. And I have to say, like, if you really know what you're doing in the ads manager, there are a lot of levers to pull, and that's the case with any of them. Once you really learn one, you kind of know, you can kind of translate it to all of them. But this is a great place to start. When you can set up some of these ads in 15 minutes, it's going to work. And then once they start spending some actual volume, then that's a better time to get deeper into a direct campaign manager directly in the manager. Automations, like this is my favorite part of the Go High Level system. I am not lying to you guys when I tell you that I'm got to be nearing 10,000 hours of working in Go High Level, and this is where I've spent most of my time. This is where the magic happens. We connect all our third-party apps and everything through these, and I'll just let you see like how many different actions there are. There's just a tremendous number of them. And that's just the ones that they have. Now anyone can develop apps like I did. And you've got tons of third-party actions that other people are making that you can use. And you've also got triggers. I don't think it would take too long for you guys to really absorb all that, but there's just a ton in there. And the app marketplace in general is one of the things that makes Go High Level unique. I think it's a good place for me to touch on what it's like working with Salesforce or HubSpot, or most of the time companies they pay someone tens of thousands of dollars to set up their Salesforce or HubSpot implementation. And we're in a place right now where none of them have anything like the SaaS option with Go High Level, where you can copy and paste your own business model. You kind of are stuck at the mercy of the Salesforce and the HubSpot because they've created it. They're the only one that knows how to change it, and they're going to charge you out the butt, and you can't really make changes on your own. Go High Level's made to where anybody can figure it out. It made it so easy to where after I built enough workflows, all of a sudden I started to understand how to do webhooks, and with a little bit of help from AI, I was coding. They've taken it down to where anybody can do it. And that also means that there are thousands of VAs online who are ready to help you at $2 to $4 an hour. Of course, everybody's Go High Level build out is different. And when you work with a team that's been trained and that's been using all of these and who's built custom integrations and these kinds of things, it's going to get you further faster. But if you're starting a Go High Level agency, you're putting yourself in a position to be one of the Salesforce HubSpot implementation companies, basically. And the floor is wide open for, I think, people to take those roles in what I think is going to be the most powerful CRM going forward. And so,
Rob,
yeah,
thank you for sharing and taking the time to share all this information.
Yeah,
I really want to jump in on this. I think you've given me everything that I need so far to make a decision on it.
Okay.
You touch on all my pain points that I currently have, and this covers 90% of them so
Awesome.
far. 10%
We'll get the
of
rest
that,
too. Yeah.
exactly. It's just a matter of me becoming more familiar with the full potential of this technology. So what do you propose the next step is? Do I get a link to look at the sign
Yeah.
up process, or?
Yeah. So I'll send you a link for a 30-day trial. You don't need more than the $97 plan to start. And then when it's on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I also give a one-time option for a lower minimum entry point for done for you hours if you had any interest in that.
I do.
I can't overemphasize enough how important I think it is that you let this tool become the back of your hand, you know, but having somebody to help you get started so that you're more running the system to learn it instead of and maybe trying to fix something when it's broken is oftentimes an easier way to learn than doing it yourself. And so the banks of hours, here's how we do them. It is if you're doing third-party integration, just because I know how much more difficult it's going to be, and oftentimes the business owner is wanting that outbound voice feature so bad, but I just know that they're going to be like pissed of how long it takes to get it working properly. I'm like, if you want us to do that, like you need to understand this is going to be a bigger project, and my minimum is like 100 hours, 5K bank. If you're staying inside Go High Level, which is already going to have AI on everything except for outbound voice, you even have inbound voice. Then I lower it all the way down to 2K for 25 hours normally. Setting up a normal Go High Level account, and I'm talking about with a nurture that's going to go to your reactivation. So like your old leads, email and text, and then one that's going to do email and texting to your new leads coming off Facebook, wherever they're coming from, and then a no-show flow. Those are like the 3 core flows that you need. And then we set up inbound voice and AI web chat. So that's like the core prong of what you want to set up for any business that's getting in here. We call that our supercharged AI snapshot. And because I've been working with AI and Go High Level so long, we've got some special things that we do that connect the memory of the inbound voice AI with the conversation history in the chat. And so like a couple things that I know how to do basically it's called custom fields and custom values. It's a system in Go High Level, allow you to take it further. It only takes us 3 hours to set up. And so you get normally the 2K package, 25 hours. We're going to spend 3 hours setting it up. Now the IT hours, it's called DevOps hours. There's a bank of DevOps hours. You can have me do something personally and have me come onto meetings personally with you. It's just like 4 of IT hours equals a half hour of my time. And so I really try to push people to come to these group meetings so I can help everybody faster. Well, this is a newcomer meeting. The 1 p.m. 3 times a week is the group meeting. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have ones categorized based on where you're at in the process. So on Thursday, we have a sales and marketing meeting where I could help you refine your offer as an agency and decide what offer you want to approach with your ads or what offer you want to make to reactivate your leads. Basically, we talk about what the offer should be and then which channels we're going to try to do the outreach on. Then we've got native AI implementation, which is where we go from taking that plan and putting it into action, and that happens on Wednesday at 1 p.m. You also get a complimentary one-on-one meeting with the IT every week that doesn't bill you if you're a done-for-you client with the DevOps Hours Bank. And so you have access to them there, and then you can come get strategy from me on these meetings, or you can have me come on your meeting. You just need to let us know, and it would bill from hours. So let me think if I left anything out. I think that just about covers it. And then what we do for people on this first meeting, the first time they come to one of these newcomer meetings, is we'll lower that to 1,500 for a 20-hour bank instead of 25 for 2K. That gives you enough to set up your account, to have some one-on-one meetings and all those other things. And that's enough to set up like 4 or 5 accounts. The way the process, go ahead. You got a question?
Yeah, so basically on the link that you said that you were going to send me, it's going to have all these options and that, or would that be through an onboarding call after I sign up with you guys?
So basically, if you want to do the discounted bank, we let that go through the end of today, because obviously you may want to check over the contract. when you get your affiliate onboarding form, Nyan, if you could drop that in the chat, you're going to open this form, and then at the top of the form, it's got the my affiliate link to sign up for your Go High Level trial, $97 trial. You're going to complete the form with just some basic info so we know how to help you best. It's really like 3 or 4 different fields. And the last option is I'm interested in done for you hours. If you select yes on that, then you've already got the breakdown. So like if you want us to go ahead and send over an agreement for a bank of hours, we can do that. Is it something that you think you're interested in taking advantage of, or do you think that you'd rather wait for whenever it's more of a need for you guys?
The top priority that I have is setting this up for my company itself.
Right.
So the only thing maybe will be to set up a meeting so that I explain to you exactly what we do, and you recommend to me, okay, this is the templates that you're going to need, because you mentioned some templates, or this is a setup, and then I go set up for my company. I would want it to be built as fast and as efficiency as possible. So I'm looking at some done for you hours based on your recommendation. Like once you understand what I'm trying to do right now, you say, okay, well, I recommend this package because this will get it done in a week versus this other one that will take you a month to set it up.
Right.
So, sort of that.
I can give you a little bit more guidance there now. So as long as you're doing native AI, it's really 3 hours for us to execute on it once we have all the information. And with the native AI, usually we can do it just from your website. So everything, including your nurtures, can be set up from your website typically. And we also do a complimentary meeting one-on-one, even when you sign up as an affiliate. So even if you sign up as an affiliate, you get a one-on-one with me for 15 minutes. And you get one-on-one hour call with the team. So like, let's say you had a really technical, like troublesome implementation issue, you could get on with my team for an hour. For you, setting up your business, it would be a week-long process, pretty much regardless of whatever plan you're on. But it's only going to use 3 to 4 hours out of your bank, and then you'll just have the rest of the hours for whenever it comes time to build out your first client. Is what that would look like. I see both sides. You know, I obviously love to do services for people, but I also want you to get your head wrapped around the system as an agency owner. And so, but the way I learned it was I bought a snapshot from somebody in the first place, had them set it up, and then I started tweaking it, you know? And so sometimes that can be a better approach. I would consider just your urgency of getting it up running quickly and kind of make that call on your own. Tell me what your thoughts are. You know, I'm not going to push you because I really do want you to learn it if you have the drive to do so.
No, definitely. And I appreciate that. I like what you just mentioned, which is I would want to understand the process of setting it up, learn it so that I have a good understanding, good grasp on it. Ideally, my ultimate vision is when I'm primarily a wealth advisor, but I have a strong background in technology. I went to school for e-commerce engineering and all that stuff. So my vision is that in the future, when I come to the client and I say, okay, your business is operating on a scale of 1 to 10, your business is operating at level 2. We're going to take it to level 10 because we need to help you create wealth. Right. In the process of doing that, we need to change your whole technology platform, everything that you're using. So when I come to the client, because I already know this client, I'm going to say, this is the package. Your package is going to be $100,000. Now we're going to take your system from this level up to that level. In that package, because I know what your plans are and how you work, it's already going to be built into the pricing. So when I charge the $100,000, it already has a $25,000, let's just say, a bank with you guys that you know, hey, Fabian got this client. We have the plan here. This is the website. We need to do it. but I know what you guys are going to be doing because I went through the same process.
Right.
But you guys are going to be doing.
I
the
think
loan
that's
for you.
important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's my vision now. How
The
long
other thing,
I get up there, it depends, but
the only hybrid approach would be to use hours more for having one-on-one access to me, and you
Okay.
can use it for that as well. And then you'll still have the other hours for when you start building out other accounts. But if you have a done for you bank, even if it's not me, it gives you the ability to have more one-on-one meetings with my team when you're stuck,
Oh,
which
that's fine.
would be highly valuable. And so if that sounds like a plan, I can send over one that's discounted for 1,500 for today. And then the link that you need to get started with just a standard sign up process is right down there in the chat. And you're going to want to go ahead and do that first so that we have your, because once you fill out the other agreement, we'll send you an onboarding form for that, which is going to be not much longer, but a little longer. And we're going to want you to create an account for us so that we can get into your agency. Right.
Okay. So to make sure that I don't mess this up, I'm looking at that last entry on the chat box. It says HighLevel affiliate onboarding form.
Yes.
Right. So is that the one that I need to do first?
Yes. So do this link right here and then give us this basic info. And then my team I'll do it right now when we get off the meeting and go ahead and send you an agreement for 1,500 for 20 hours. And then, I'll just give you a call if that's okay once I send that over, and then we can finish it up there, because I think everybody else on here, they don't need to see us go through the logistics part. But I hope that it was really good for you guys to see how I kind of managed that as people were popping on. And then, was it Jason with Twin City Home Buyers?
Yeah. Yep.
I know I've been focusing more on Fabian because I know you're a current client, and I kind of realized that I shouldn't have done that. Because there's probably a lot that you're wanting help with too, but I'm sure you absorbed a lot from what I just covered in the systems overview. So tell me what you're thinking from here.
So I've spent quite a bit of time in the.
Oh, you're in HighLevel already.
Yep,
That's what it was.
I'm in there already. So I'm not as concerned with that as much as trying to figure out what's possible to figure out how to position. Well, I mean, what services to activate in the first place? Until you said, hey, there's a way to have the picture of the house included in a text or an email. If I don't know that's a possibility, I'm not thinking about, building that into my system.
Oh, so check. I have two things I want to mention to you in terms of other things we can do, and I'll show you guys where to find this info too. So we have a lot of random services that I built over just working in these systems. First off, Jason, the most exciting thing is that anything that you can imagine, like if there's something that can be done by a human on a computer or over a phone, we can automate that here. So that's my whole thing. I used to have an option where I said, hey, literally whatever you imagine, I'll build it and I had an offer around that. But yeah, anything that you can imagine you can do in here. What we have templates for is another matter, right? And so it took a lot of hours to develop these things that we have, including the aerial photo generator. I think that I put that in on our services on our site, but maybe I didn't. Let me see. Looks like something's going on with the font here. Maybe it's just loading. It's weird for me for some reason. I thought we had something about the AI photo sender, but it looks like we don't. But yeah, you're right. I need to continue to put every service we have on there. We came up with that probably 6 months ago, at least. So that's one thing we can do. But the other answer to your question is pretty much anything you can imagine. When it comes to what you want to set up for, I'm not sure if this is what you were asking, but when you said you want to know the main things you can set up for clients, the other thing that came to my mind is just never forget the main thing that you should be trying to set up for yourself, for your business first. And this is for everybody, because I know it may not be exactly what you were asking. When you come in here, if you're an agency, you're setting up your business first. If you come in here as a business owner, you're setting up, your business first. So it's always your business first. And the first things you want to set up, website if you need one, a flow to book leads from paid ads or from, inbound calls, people that are coming in new, follow-up flow. And then reactivation, no show. Inbound voice, web chat. So those are the main things that can be done in a couple hours. And the web chat is important because it gives them something they can see and test before SMS is ready. So it's like visible work right in the beginning, which is important. So that may not have been what you were asking, but tell me if I've left any questions unanswered.
So a lot of that stuff I already have in my so two things here. In a lot of what I see go high level is marketing B2B. I'm a house flipper, so I'm acquiring houses from consumers. So it's B2C. So the B2C is kind of phase one. Once that is built, then I can package it as a white label and then start marketing it to other flippers. But the
I know what I was
first
going to
step,
tell you.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So now I'm like, okay, I've got web chat. I'm paying for it. I've got CallRail. I think I asked you this or asked this in general in the group. I have CallRail that does the pooled numbers.
Yeah.
And the reason we do pooled numbers is I'm trying to figure out exactly what these people typed in to Google to get to me.
Right.
Because that's what I want to focus when I'm paying, multiple 5 figures in advertising. I don't want it to be wasted. So,
no, that's smart.
And I know I think CallRail also basically operates on Twilio, right? So what am I already using that I can recreate? Replace into Go High Level. I've got a website. I think with
the 10K checklist is perfect for you. Nyan, can you drop the 10K checklist here in the chat? So Go High Level has like a graphic that they have that has 10 types of software it replaces. It's the same one I show on my ads.
Yeah.
But we've recreated a version that has all 42 types of software it replaces and the major, the major brands you'd recognize in each type. And so that's helpful. For the number tracking, I remember replying to your message in the group personally, and I know in the phone number section there's a number pools. I've only come across one other client who's using. He was already using this,
right?
And I didn't even know what it was, but I figured it out. So that's
So they literally there's literally a snippet on your website, and every time a new person clicks, it rotates the phone number they see
on your
cool website. So there's an underlying there's an underlying phone number. Let's say it's 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this will say every time somebody clicks, it takes 1 2 3 4 5 6 and changes it to one of 10 different phone numbers. So the person will literally call a different phone number.
It looks like that's what this is.
I think it is. I think it is. And so what happens is, so when you click on an ad, Google will take the keywords and that will actually follow that particular caller through the website. And then Zapier will actually zap that information into my CRM. So I literally know. Yeah, I literally know if somebody comes in. It's so cool.
It's kind of like using trigger links. You can't use trigger links that you use in emails and text messages in the website. And I was wondering, what's the workaround for how I do something similar? And it sounds like that's what it is.
Yeah, it's a number pool.
And then the other thing I wanted to show you is if you just go into the contact view, you know about the activity pane where you can see their journey, right?
Yep.
So that's helpful, but I don't think it works unless they've opted in. So number tracking will help you more if they haven't. And here's the other thing that we do that you'd want to know about. So for texting, like if you're doing cold outreach, as you know, A2P has tightened up a lot in the past couple of years. And I don't know if you've ever done texting to find this type of deal, but there is a software called My Sim CRM or My CRM Sim. It's like another add-on software to High Level where you can connect a Android or a personal cell phone and I put an eSIM adapter in there, and then you can have eSIM plans.
I've heard about it, but I didn't remember it until you just said it just now.
Yeah. Well, the problem is finding one that's compatible with the eSIM adapter that there's inventory for on Amazon, and getting them set up is it's extremely difficult. To set up 20 phones is a whole day process. And if I told you guys which phone I found that was the cheapest that's available, it wouldn't be available anymore. There's not that many of them on Amazon. at one time.
Oh,
So
yep.
I set them up for people and I charge 2 cents a message after the setup. And so if you wanted totally ghost text, that would be the way to do it. And you can just reach out asking if they'd be interested in selling their house. And if they say yes, you can call them from a different number and totally disconnect from the call. Now, that's just an additional security measure on top of the fact that technically a cell phone text is a one-to-one device, and any attorney who gets a complaint from somebody and looks it up and sees that it came from a cell phone and not a VoIP line, they're never going to do anything with it because it technically doesn't fall under most of the regulations because it's a one-to-one device. And so that's the information that I have to share. And then if you ever would want to use that service, I told you what the software is. They have guides for finding phones and stuff like that. I just don't want to blow up my source of phones.
No, and it's like maybe one out of 100 people it's relevant for. It's like it's so many features. It's like which ones should you focus on, and each person's different. So yep, that's huge. But I think if I can eliminate some of the, like I've got
easier
a live
ones.
chat. I'm paying a company with live people still on my website to do a web chat when I know AI is at this point can replace that.
Well, my YouTube video on setting up the web chat will walk you through that cleanly on how you set up the decision trees and all that kind of stuff. Now, I saw we had a couple of questions from some of my guys that are current clients, and then I'll hop off and give Fabian a call. So I think I saw one from Kedar and maybe somebody else, Vernon. So Kedar, why don't you jump in first? Because I told you I'd get back to you at the end, and you waited the whole time, bro. Thank you.
Hey, yeah, thanks, Rob. I appreciate it. Really, just honestly, I didn't realize that I missed the wrong session. So 1 o'clock is the one I need to be on, right? So
that's the one.
I need to put that on my calendar. So,
but still, bro,
Thursday,
like let me go ahead and if you have something, so Thursdays sales and strategy, Tuesday or Wednesdays native at Go High Level setup or migration, and that includes AI. And then today is the most hardcore one. As people are figuring out which group to be into, my highest priority is like, if you're on here and we have time, I'm gonna make sure you know what to do next. There's the meeting at 1 p.m. tomorrow. If you have time if you want to do something today, I'd say step one for you is probably set up a website, bro. And so, because you need to have that before you reach out.
Oh no, honestly, no. I'm all the way like through. I'm actually like really deep into it. I got my site. I got everything set. I've got a couple of clients, and I'm in the process of. I've kind of changed my offer with Voice AI, and I've added into it in my packages. So I'm really need to get on that sales strategy. What I'm working on, right? Because I'm really getting. I'm a cold call guy. I just set 5 appointments yesterday, cold calling. That's my thing. So yeah, I mean, I've been doing that for years, and now I'm going to do it for my own company. Is really what it is, because I've been a remote closer for years, like from home.
That's what I've been doing.
But my thing is that I want to learn like you did about email, right? Email is my thing. Like if I can like acquire clients emailing every day, right? That I'm gonna learn the email setup while I'm also doing cold outreach.
The main thing for like
that's my main thing. I want to.
Yeah, you want to send a text and an email like as frequently as you can, because that's just you can hit all your old leads, So that's like the get that automated and then call on top. And you probably won't be able to call.
Well, for me, it would be old leads because I was gonna say, it would be just cold because I'm getting leads from like Outscraper and just like that kind of thing. Because I haven't really done any kind of ad campaigns yet to really have anybody opt in. So I'm pretty much I've been getting lead lists, reaching out, getting clients that way. But what I want to do, well, first I wanted to ask, did you say you have a mobile app for AI initiates? Because that's the only thing is that
you can download the Go Collab app now. I just put in for my mobile app, which will be done in 2 to 4 weeks. But for now, the Go Collab app is going to function the same way. So it's GoKollab, and it'll work the exact same way.
That's Go High Level.
Yeah.
Oh, it's same. So I can just go find AI initiates on Go Collab.
That's it, and they have an app.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you
perfect.
can
Like school. Okay, great.
Yeah,
great.
Just like school. But then the thing about Go High Level is then you can get your own version of it too. So they have it's kind of like Lead Connector. It's their gray label. Go Collab is their gray collab. gray label community, and then you can get your own white label as well. Or it's not white. Yeah, I guess it is white label. Be a white label App Store app. And then Jason, did you see the 10K checklist in there?
Yep, I got that. Thank you.
Great. And we're making it a little bit better now too, but that was always one of my favorite diagrams with Go High Level. And I hope that this is valuable to everybody else's.
10K, I'm not familiar with that. You said 10K list?
10K checklist, it covers all 42 types of software Go High Level replaces. So it's and it kind of covers where to start automating your business. So this is what it looks like. And it talks about evaluating bottlenecks, basics, and then, ooh, they upgraded it since I last saw this. Hell yeah. They did a great job.
Oh, nice.
I can't they finished this yesterday, I think.
Okay.
But yeah.
So this is on Go High Level. This is on their site.
I made this and it's in the chat. Download it in the chat.
Oh, you made okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. I gotta check this out then.
Yeah. So I just used GPT Pro mode, the one that's $200 a month, to generate all the types of software High Level replaces and the main competitors, and then the average price.
Nice. That'd be a nice something, not something just a diagram to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys can use this for all your clients. I'm gonna share this with all the other affiliates, and we're working on a version that's more like, well, that looks pretty good, but yeah, I think we would just use this. Like, I'm gonna start dropping this as a lead magnet, and you guys can too. What's up, Vernon? Think you had something for me?
Yeah, boss. Yeah, I got a few questions, man. This is wow. I thought I missed a little bit. I guess I missed a lot, but I'm set to go on my app. But my issue is I feel like I'm missing out because I hear you talk about the Go High Level account and all of that. I don't have my own personal Go High Level account. So my guess is to get all these features and snapshots, I need to get my own Go High Level account. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, and then so you're in you have all these features even if you're in our agency. So I think you're in
I have everything. Yeah, I have everything.
Yeah.
It's up and running. But eventually I want to go to a SaaS model, but I also want to benefit and have, additional sub accounts.
Yeah.
But I can't set up any sub accounts from you guys since I am already a sub account.
Right. Well, we're happy to. So the way it works, if you're an agency, and we've switched this up. So like, obviously I've changed my pricing a lot this year, and I never force anybody to change the way they're doing it. But if you want to switch to a bank of hours and just have be an affiliate sign up under us, that's totally fine with me. And so the way it works is you'd switch to needing to do a 2K bank of hours for 25 hours or 5K for 100 hours. So the rate goes down if you get more. We usually do Zelle or Wire for the bank, and then the only recurring we get is our percentage of your affiliate commission. And so the way I help you there is I continue to pump you snapshots, you get the weekly group coaching, everything else. And then I'm going to try to make some AI automations that just use a ton of tokens to force you to turn on AI employee and use my code there. And so basically it's a really, it makes me provide a lot of value to you to get the commission.
Yeah, well, I want to use the AI employee. I heard you talking about it. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, I want to use that. I'm like, but I want to make sure. So yeah, definitely I'm interested in the affiliate portion of it. As far as the hours, I mean, I don't really, I think we've done a ton of hours together. So I mean, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get started. But the only reason I was even hesitant to even asking about the Go High Level is because I don't want to start anything over.
Well,
you know what I mean?
The team will tell you, like, if most of it is going to be saved in your sub account, which can be ported over. The only thing that has to be reconnected is like all of your Zapier flows. They'd have to be reconnected to the new agency.
I got a lot of them, I believe.
Yeah. So like I would just ask the team for an estimate, and then, but you do have all these features now. It's just for more sub accounts, you're going to want your own agency. And so I would ask the team for an estimate of how many hours it would take to move what we have. It won't be much. I'm guessing like, well, if we're doing outbound voice, it might be more than I think. So we'll ask the team to give an estimate, and then, you could leave your agency with all that running in hours and then just also have a Go High Level agency that you start building your own stuff in.
Okay, so basically it'd just be like a clone of my current account.
When you log in with your logins to Go High Level, it's
Mhm.
it'll just let you choose the agency you want to log into. You'd have ours and then you'd have yours. And that way we don't have to redo any of the connections to your sub account in my agency. And you can still start building in your new one. So that's
Okay,
we
say
can
that
do
one more
we can do
time.
it.
Say that
So
one more time.
when you log in to Go High Level, if you put your
Mhm.
logins in, it's going to say which agency do you want to log into. It'll have Mass Market AI and then it would have your new one. And so you would just be able to log straight into either account the same way you have been. And then we wouldn't have to redo any of the Zapier connections.
Okay.
And just like I'm advising everybody here, I strongly encourage you to just stick to just inbound voice and not I wouldn't go through the extra hassle for your clients of doing outbound voice. So you should be able to set up your accounts in 2 to 3 hours instead of 10 IT hours as well.
Okay. So I currently have outbound too. So I need to just go ahead and get rid of that.
Well, use it for yourself, but I would just advise you
Okay.
not to try to set it up for clients because it's just not quite worth the initial hassle in the longer setup.
Gotcha. Now, do I need a code or anything to start looking at the affiliate so I can get that additional account? Because I can go ahead and
Just
create
this
that.
link. I would love that, man. Trials look good to my superiors who are about to do my renewal. But it's right here in the Discord. I just resent it to you. Nope, I sent you the checklist. So scroll up to the mass market or high level AI affiliate onboarding. Nyan sent. Do you see that?
It's in a Discord, you say?
No, I meant in the Zoom chat.
Let me see.
I just resent it to the bottom.
Yeah, I see the onboarding form.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see that. The onboarding, the 10K checklist.
Yeah. So that's it. The onboarding form, the link to start your own agency is at the top of that form.
Okay. All right. I clicked on that and I'll fill it out, but that's not gonna mess up anything that I've done already,
No,
right?
no.
Okay. That's a big
I would
thing I'm worried about.
you
Okay.
can just start an account through that link and then text us. You just make an admin user for us, admin agency user in your new agency, and send us the logins.
Oh, okay. Easy.
No, just
Easy
yeah,
peasy.
yeah.
Done deal.
That should be it, bro. And then Fabian, I'm gonna give you a call now, and we can just yeah, I'll give you a call. That way I can give you a little more one-on-one attention. Thanks everybody for coming. Does anybody have any last questions?
Yeah, what's that link for or get information on that AI employee? I want to take a look at that.
So AI employee, basically like I can give you my, I'm trying to think of the best thing. So I've got like some things that I made that use AI employee, like my AI email copywriter, and I'm going to be dropping the link to that template inside of the new channel we're making for all the affiliates. And you'd have access to that anyway, but that's where you can find it. We'll make sure you're added in there too. Nyan,
Okay.
it should be all done for you clients and affiliates that are in the affiliate category. Right?
Yeah, understood.
And then, so yeah, you'll see it in there. I'm going to post it up for everybody. That's just like I guess the highest case use of the AI employee. And then we also have our setup for inbound voice. We have our setup for web chat. That's on YouTube. And so just look up Rob's Gone MIA on YouTube and you're going to see that.
Okay. All right. And then as far as the Discord, where do I see some of the info on Discord? Is that because I hadn't really been seeing too many things
I
new
think we're
on there.
talking all the new stuff is in the AI Initiates community. So download the Go Collab app on the App Store and then log in with your Go High Level credentials.
Okay. All right. I can do that.
Yep. And then the cool thing about these apps, guys, one thing I haven't mentioned to you is that when you get somebody in an app, the response rate is much higher than SMS. So you'll get more people to your webinars, you'll get more people reading your messages than any other channel once you have them in their own app. Now that same principle applies when you get a client to download Discord or Stripe. But when you have your own app, it's like the whole notification looks different. It's going to stand out. If they're getting a bunch of text messages, they don't see yours. Like I miss notifications because I get too many texts. But if I get one from a different app, I'm like, oh, and I notice it. So that is something that's really powerful. And I encourage you guys all to be, if you're experts in anything or to be putting it into a course, my lead cost, everything has dropped so much with me doing the YouTube and the course and the community. So I think that settles it, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I really enjoy these, and I really hope they're helpful for you all. And,
hey Rob, last thing. So you said for me to I just downloaded the Go Collab, but to log in, I have to use my GHL, my Go HighLevel login.
I think it's the same credentials. Yeah.
Same one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Good. And I just find AI initiates. Just look up.
Yeah.
AI. Okay.
And if you can't find it, if that doesn't work, just go to your email and look up AI initiates, and you'll find a link to log in.
Okay.
And you can reset your password or whatever you want to do.
Oh, and the email link will take me directly to the app, to the Go Collab.
It'll take you to the web version if you click it in there. Okay. But what I'm thinking is like you could look at what email that was sent to your invitation to AI initiates, because maybe you used a different email for Go HighLevel. But whatever, it's going to be the information you first put into our system.
Okay. I know where that is. So that's
okay.
Fine. All right.
That's all you need.
All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow, 1 o'clock, right?
I'll see you then.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect.
Well, thank you guys all so much. If you guys need anything, hit the Discord. The team, just so you guys all know, the team's usually off at 5 and we're on at 8. Morning meeting ends at 9. So like that's when we're really active. But please, like if anybody ever needs anything, reach out in that community. We're going to be moving everything there from Discord gradually. And I think we got everybody handled. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm going to give Fabian a call, unless anybody else has a quick question.
Yeah, real quickly, Rob, I just started, I think I came to you guys from AI. I started briefly, I missed you guys I missed you guys about a month ago. And and so
you saw the YouTube.
Yeah, I saw the YouTube. So I came in on that.
I thought you were a guy who had his camera off earlier, and I had already greeted you, so I hadn't even greeted you yet, bro.
No, it's all good. It's all good, man. No, good. It's all good. I was just in Miami not too long ago.
Is it Lance Kroll?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Ah, I've been texting you.
Yeah, see, I threw you off. There you go.
Yeah,
exactly. So anyway, I'm trying to get going real quick. I know you have to go with the other stuff on there. I don't know if there's a way to switch over. I already started to go HighLevel with somebody else about a month ago, and I just going a little bit, but I really want to get in. One of the things that I do, I've been doing for 20 years, is credit repair. And so I'm trying to really get back into that one. And basically what I've done before was I really didn't do a lot of a person. I just did referrals. So I had a bank of mortgage people that just sent me over and over and over again. So that's what I'm trying to get this. And with I went ahead and got on Seamless for you guys talking about it the other day. And so I'm going to get a lot of people and just start blasting it out on that particular thing. So I guess the biggest thing is where's the best thing for me to come in and work in with you, or to be able to get in and to kind of soak everything up? I know how to do a little bit, but I just need to know where to start, and then I can kind of grind it out.
Yeah. First off, so you signed up for somebody else, but I think didn't you use my code or something for AI employee or something like that?
Yeah, I have your code on the AI employee for sure.
So you're good there. And then did you use my code or did you go through my link for Seamless too?
Seamless. Yeah, I think I did, but I'll make sure that they get,
I'm
almost for sure I did, but make sure, because I did talk to them about that, and they don't have you on there. I said your name whenever I talked to the lady. And so, but it was the link that's how I got started. So please make sure
it was the link in my Discord or the calendar link. Was it like there's 2 steps. You had to do one link.
I think it was like a calendar link in order. That's how I kind of got involved with them. And I clicked on, and then I start, but I will contact them and make sure that you get on that one. So
if you could just drop your email that you signed up with in the Discord, I can check on my end. Do you know the email you used not in the Discord, I mean in the Zoom chat?
On the Zoom. Okay. Let me make sure where I got it at. Hold on.
And then I don't know if you heard, well, yeah, I talked about my credit company on the masterclass. So you saw that.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I'm really still, like I said, I've never really done a lot to it, except for because I've I really haven't done credit that much in the last 10, 15 years. Before that, all I had was referrals. And so I really didn't do anything else. So I'd like to get a bank of referrals and then also get a hold of the people as well. But I really want to get this thing on blast because I know everything about credit. It's just a matter of getting some more clients. So
yeah. Well, that sounds perfect, man. So drop that email in there. I'm gonna make sure I copy it out before we hop out. And then I'm almost coasting for the day. I was trying to make these videos today, but we need to get the snapshot for the copywriter totally finished because I keep filming the beginning of the video and then us tweaking and me having to change it. So sorry for the delay on this copywriter email thing I've been telling everybody about, but I want it to be perfect.
Yeah, there's me. I think this is the one that I used for that one. So
all right,
just check in there and make sure you get credit on that. But yeah, this is for what we do. And also we have another company that I'm gonna try to do. We do a handheld ATM in the marijuana business. So what happens is I need to get a hold of those people and say, hey, we can save you. And basically I was going to do a cold email campaign on that particular one as well.
Okay. Well, Seamless is a great place to start, and then just use the regular GPT we have for generating copy for now, or you just take my templates and then convert them with a GPT chat yourself, and that should work well. And then once we have this custom copywriter template done, you can start to wrap your head around. It may take you 5 hours to really map out an awesome way to create a custom email every day, but once you do, it's so cheap to send them out. It's just going to be a massive impact.
Well, I think you're talking about sending them out through their the native on Go High Level. Is there, you talked about before about using a subdomain to warm those up first, using your main one? Because I talked to somebody before with, I guess, Thor's Hammer, and they were talking about that they can't use certain domains from certain people, and that's what they do. So anyway, I was just trying to get the easiest way to do it and go from there.
You can use any domain that you want. Just want to make sure it's not like one that has so your reputation is going to be new on all your subdomains.
Okay.
But if you have a bad domain, then you're passing some of the bad reputation. So you want to start with a clean domain and then make subdomains. And if something bad happens to the subdomains, it will not affect the parent.
Okay.
So with Go High Level, if you go into your domain configuration, you can under email services, and you can just look up how do I assign subdomains to, or how do I configure my domains in Go High Level? That's what's going to pull it up for you. You can assign subdomains to the one-on-one conversations, which is like if you're doing it manually out of conversation view, and that's going to have the highest rating, right? Because it's super high. Every time you send one of those, it's likely to get a response.
Right.
Because it's somebody that's engaged. And then you can have a different one for bulk email, a different one for campaigns. And so you're always warming on the one-to-one conversations and then moving them down and, burning the ones that,
Right. Okay.
And so that'll do it.
Well, cool deal. Like I said, one thing I want to do is get involved for, do a webinar for new people as far as credit repair. Just talk about kind of what we do and kind of go over just the basic stuff. And then also have a workflow for the people that could possibly send me people, which I think for me is mortgage people, a few realtors. So those are the things that I want to get set up for sure for my thing going. But like I said, I know credit. It's just a matter of getting in front of the people that need the services and stuff like that. And I think one of the things is I like to use mortgage people because price doesn't matter, because they've already given their information to people. So it really doesn't matter if they can afford it, then they're going to do it. So I don't have to fight over $100 here or $5 here or whatever.
That's a great idea.
A lot of people that shop on the internet. So that's kind of why I've stayed away. But because once I give them my spiel, if they can do it, then they're going to do it and hammer it down.
Let me tell you the main thing that changed the game for me in credit. The turning point was when I went from even advertising credit repair to when I went to advertising business funding. And then I would get people that had more of a need, right? They needed it for their business. They all have a business first off. And then they have serious goals, a lot more so than your standard population.
Right, that's true. So who do you use for your business funding, that you push them through, or what do you do on that particular one?
So we do have a funding program.
Okay.
We can I think I can give 2.5% for any referrals you send, so it's not like a ton of commission, but
Right.
if you need a partner that'll go, and it's not just the credit stacking, the credit card stacking, we'll also do traditional MCAs, credit lines,
Right.
whatever they qualify for. And I've got a link I can send you if you just ask in the community. I'll post it back at the top, and it's like branded to my company, Mass Market AI. They fill out the form, and then we'll pass you your 2.5.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, let me know where I need to go to get that one, and then we'll sign up. Because I had another person that was doing something. He was doing I guess he basically, his funding was he would just take the loan with their payables. I don't forgot what it's called, where they would take the payables and they give them loan the money, but they would take so much
Factoring.
Factoring. Yeah, it's a factoring company. Yeah, that's the only one that I was familiar with. But yeah, if I can do that,
cool, but it's hard for certain types of businesses. Like for me, as a solar sales org, if you're dealing with consumers, you can't really do factoring. Businesses have to be your clients to do factoring.
Right.
Because it's against their credit, I think is what it was.
Okay.
But awesome, man. I'm gonna give if you need anything else, drop in the Discord or not in the Discord, in the community. I'm gonna mess people up, bro. Drop it in the community, and then we'll get you taken care of if you need anything else.
All right, cool, man. I'm gonna be in Miami probably in about 2 or 3 weeks. I got a buddy of mine that has a new Lamborghini boat. So he's down there. He's down there on the Miami Beach, the dock over there at the Miami Beach Club. So if you want to roll out, let me know. I don't know what you have going on.
I'm in Charlotte now, so my family's
you're
here.
not even Miami now.
Yeah,
okay, you're in Charlotte. Okay, cool.
I loved my time in Miami. There's not a place in the country that I would like to live more than maybe a little north of Miami, but on the beach there is my favorite.
Right, up the coast.
But my family's here, and I just had like kind of a wake up moment where I was like, especially after, you guys know what I went through when I was younger, and my parents were the only ones that were there for me, and I had some friends that I was kind of carrying everybody down in Miami, and then they, I realized they were all taking advantage of me, and I was like, bro,
right.
I just want to go work on my business, and then if my parents pass away when I'm not here, I'm gonna regret it, and I'm always gonna wonder what the hell I was looking for down in Miami.
Right.
And so I was like, I just moved right back here as soon as I realized that. I was in LA at the time, and I'm gonna stay here until they're gone, and I'll just take trips. Man. But if I'm ever down visiting, and I would love to do that.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. My buddy, he had a 80-foot joist that he rented out, so he knows all about the craziness and people want to come down and use and do all the other stuff.
Yeah.
So he just went through epiphany of basically that he cleansed from all his people that were basically doing the same thing that you're talking about. So
it was a hard realization, and I had multiple businesses, multiple partners, and I was just like, a year ago, I realized, like, I work really hard. I've got a certain amount of energy to give. And for me to achieve my purpose, I can't be giving my energy because I want other people to like me. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm spilling this all out, just spilling all my energy out instead of concentrating it. And that's what this community was born because of. I was like, I want people that can help reflect my energy. Right. And that is literally why I created all this. And so cool. Super excited to share it with you guys. And thank you so much for coming, Lance. Great to meet you.
Awesome, great to meet you. And just get me over on your factoring or your thing company. However, I need to get that.
I'll get you the form.
Okay, give me that, and then we'll get started on that. Okay,
that sounds good. I got to grab that out of Discord, but I'll get it to you.
All right, sounds good, man. I appreciate all your time, Rob. We look forward to getting this thing rocking this up.
Me too. All right, bye everybody. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Rob. Take care.
You too.